I also want to see the geeky flashes, and I'll do my best to highlight those on the Skybox as we get going.
Yeah, we're talking about Liquid as if, they're coming into this one wounded. They are not. It's still Twists, Elige. This is a stacked roster ready to tear any opposition out of the server. Will the geeky Cloud9 flashbangs and fragging be enough? It starts on Overpass. Pistols at dawn. Let's get into it then. Time to see what the strat book looks like. OC, we know he's powerful with the flashes. He's bringing them straight out on this pistol. Double for the sniper, no Kevlar vest, even a Molotov. And they look like they want to go for a unannounced late approach in towards that fountain. Just bided their time had there been any early CT aggression. But for now, look at the setup. Grim and Elige have opted for 2 towards connector. They'll be able to respond quick to this push, Lauren.
Should be able to. Naf might be the first bit of contact here if he decides to peek around that corner. For now, eyes trained, drilled towards the underpass, and it's fine margins here. The T side's getting a good bit of ground, the repeat. Elige decides to find info, and he gets more than enough. 2 quick kills for the CT side is going to put a good bit of favor sitting in their pockets, and Grim's down there too.
Yeah, that was a grim couple of bullets, but with 3v3, Floppy's managed to pull Cloud9 back into competition. Look at Motum. He's been so quiet this whole time. He's biding his, and now he can just walk through that flash on as soon as his teammates come in. Now would be the time. Time to strike, and that's the shot. Sonic gives them the plan.
Oh, dear. Oof. Oh, dearie me. This isn't the start. I thought it was looking quite nice after that Elige little play through the underpass, but now Grim left in a bit of a grim situation. I hate myself too, don't worry. He's going to try and play this one out, though. Given a couple of fights on it, but not going to let it happen. 3 stand, bomb plant, Cloud9, got to be happy.
Yeah, a couple of jitters there from Grim, it seemed. He had a few on a plate right there as he peered up off Naf's flash from connector, unable to convert. Now, it would be very Liquid-esque to go for a 4-spy here. They want to take the fight traditionally, and that's what's going to happen. We can see the buy coming on through there just before we dip back into these highlights. And I think that kill right there on Stewie, him not getting anything done, that was basically all she wrote. Twist also unable to find a frag, and Floppy with 3 to his name. So the 4-spy will come out. Note the smokes. We've got 4 in play. There's a scout in Naf's hands as well. I think he'll be the player to take over the lion's share of AWPing duties.
But now the T's just kind of taking their time. It looks like they're trying to feel out that aggression, see if there's that stack, but this time focusing towards underpass. Last time, almost negating it, ignoring it, and getting punished by Elige from it. But now, seeing a little bit deeper towards the stairs. Guardian, whatever you like to call it. The scout to hand. Not going to work out. Beautiful flash from OC. This is what we were talking about with those flashes. Keep your eyes on how many times you see his name next to the killers.
Nice quick lineup from Elige to be able to play this toilets position with more conviction. Up towards long. You can see a very clear game plan. I mean, you know the force is likely. Why not go to the longest duels you could possibly have on Overpass? It's pistols. It's perfect. It makes a lot of sense, but they're in absolutely no rush. A deagle can still blow your head off, and there's 2 now glancing towards that long position. A 5-7 for Grim.
Bit indecision there, it felt like. They wanted to go for aggression, but the fact that Elige pushed up and didn't find anybody, and now the last smoke from the CTs has just been dropped over towards the B bomb site here. 40 seconds left on the clock. Cloud9, they don't need to rush this.
It's a really good call as well. Just regrouping towards B after initial flirtations with toilets. It's going to be Elige to come back and call it clear.
There's Twist, waiting with pretty bated breath, but up close and personal. He's having to be trying to be ahead of those flashes. Anything would be good. That's lovely, not bad. Takes down 1, but there's still now a little bit of time. Grim's there, Stewie's there, but none get the job done. Elige going to be put to task. 1's great, more would be better. OC says no. 3 survive, another bomb plant. Cloud9 are going through the correct motions here.
Yeah, so with the bomb plant, that's just going to be enough cash injected into Liquid for 1 eco and coming in hot for the 4th. But Cloud9 is going to want to make sure they can keep everything floating along. My goodness, look how many jerseys Stewie's got behind him. I don't think he actually has real clothes. I think he just wears a different Liquid jersey every day. Sonic on the screen as well. You can see that you've got those player cams giving you a little bit of a closer glimpse as to the players and those names in the server. Round 3, as I said, eco, just that deagle on Elige, maybe he can cause some financial ruin with a quick headshot.
Through with a flash might be able to pull something out here, but you have to hope for right place, right time when you only have 1 in the back pocket. Have to hold on to it for as long as we can see, and any damage that they can do on a round like this is good. You don't want to allow Cloud9 to go through with too many clean rounds, right? That's one of the things you want to try and avoid. Keep that economy as low as possible. make it scrappy, because that's where Liquid will really get on top of the castle.
And I miss watching Elige. What a player to watch. So exciting. Same with, you know, same with Stewie and Twist and all of the classics there. Big fan of that. Elige, that's going to be nice. I said, thriving in that chaos. That was the SMG out of all the players to lose. That would probably be the one that stings the least, but still not ideal. The bomb also being left pretty far back here. It might become a bit of an adventure for Sonic if that does come down to it. But for now, you know, it's not a big issue.
No, but it would get me nervous, especially... Okay, looks like we've got the retrieval already. If the time got a little too loose, yeah, you could have had a ratty CT sitting on top of it. Looks like everything's back to a more stable juncture.
Stewie.
It is going to be the B finish, though. So the rotation could come in, and it could be another stack on the side. The USPs, there's a...
Good flash.
B250 as well. So this is looking okay.
Oh, I didn't catch Grim at all. I'm confused. That looked like it was destined to blind his screen. OC gets away with just a scrap of health. And into the site they go. Liquid have made this all the more difficult than it should have been. Looks like they can clean it up. Nice catch from Floppy and another consistent double from him. He's gone off to a flying start in the frags. In fact, 7 to Floppy's name just 2 rounds in.
The money's flush. Chad, they're looking pretty good to go.
Hot to trot.
I was actually going to say hot to try.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't know how many people get that.
Oh, we've chopped and changed the fan cams. Loving some of your choices. My goodness, top left, he had all the Liquid merch.
All the
stickers,
goodies.
all the goodies.
Yeah, he's been in the merch shop.
Well, NAF is on the AWP, we can see right here in the bottom left of your screen. No armor behind it. It's just the AWP, a smoke and a flashbang, but everybody else has the M4A4s. We got utility to work with. No defuse kit. So if we get to a post-plant situation, that will come on in, but this pace from Cloud9 early behind their flashes seems swift to take control of the fountain area.
Default smoke, just to take some control of middle. It's interesting to see the way Liquid have chosen to approach the defense of A. They just pair up and choose one, like pick your poison.
Oh, I like
both long,
this.
both toilets, and now using middle to descend towards B. Oh no, that was the bomb as well. Naf had a good bit of intuition and he's converted a powerful first blood.
That makes me a little nervous, a little scared. It looks like we're seeing a little bit of a play being created, but Twist, Stewie, and Grim all still dedicated towards B. Normally the little late flash catches. There it is. Does it get anyone? Yes, it does. Twist and I think I said Stewie were pretty blind. Good trades. Floppy and JT get in there, but Grim was the extra element, but he has been quelled. He has been pushed back, and now the 2v2 will probably be a retake here as the bomb goes down.
2 on 2. Leisha has a good sneaking suspicion as to JT's position. He had eyes on it as the bomb went down. He knows no one's left. But Sonic has the perfect element of surprise, and JT's right there, in fact, for the swing. He got both of them. And that will be 4-0. First real test weathered by Cloud9.
Yeah, the South African duo at the end. That's going to feel good between the two boys. But not a bad start there, Chad. What do we make of it so far? Give us a little kind of breakdown on what we're seeing.
Well, I really like the way that they feigned control of, you know, bathrooms very, very quickly. Those Molotovs, the smoke to push back towards the CTs, make them second guess. You're going to stand behind that utility and expect the next wave to come through. But they used that to actually clear through connector. And it felt that they were always going to head towards B. The fact that they lost the opening pick with the bomb, that was an overstep. That was an oversight. But the way that they closed that out was fantastic. That late flash that you were highlighting there, Lauren, well, that was the key to success in round number 4. And as we go into round number 5, well, it's upgraded pistols, a little bit of Kevlar, some light utility as well. Stewie investing quite handsomely there, and the 1650 left in the back pocket, and Elige's chance to get a kill or two.
Jeez, he pulls the trigger so quickly. He's going to try and get away. He's going to get hunted down by Motum. Mac 10, he's right. He's in the Amanek branch, isn't he, Motum? He's straight there. Mac 10, ride or die. I will find you space. It's not just the bullets, it's the sound cues, it's the utility, and this time it's Floppy.
It's not the most powerful name.
It isn't, no, and you know how I commentate, you know who I am. Imagine what I have to do to myself to commentate this team properly.
It's wonderful.
Either way.
Stack here, though, Alex. You got, what, 3 players kind of tucked in? Little positions, nice little flash to follow. Floppy's still having so much success here, running through them. Not too many threats just yet, but this is where problems could begin. If it maybe gets a little bit beyond them, but it hasn't. And Grim gets put to bed. Again, 3 still stand, another plant comes in. Cloud9 are winning all those small little additionals, it feels, that set you up well.
How cool is this? A great stat coming in from SEO. He tells us that both of these teams are the best at flash assists on overpass. Both of them. Out of the top 30 filter, these are your number 1 and 2 at flash assists on overpass. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a couple of lineups, you're looking for some advice, you want to show your teammates how flashbangs are supposed to work, give them the URL. Show them. Welcome to ESL 1.
Elish has the AWP.
Yeah, I think he's taking the spawn. Does he just take the first peek and back off? Let's see. Brave, and he's out. Yeah, looks like they'll be chopping and changing in the safety of toilets.
I wouldn't be getting changed in too many public Berlin-based toilets, but whatever floats your boat, Alex.
Touche.
Naf there now on the AWP duty. Elise switching up towards long. We haven't seen him out here too much. Flash is not going to get it.
Oh.
Apparently he does. OC again, that name consistently supporting. Naf just gets outdone. OC's having an absolute blistering round. Pacey as well, a little bit of a switch up there.
Quick, innit? Yeah.
They're taking these fights.
It's still like 80 seconds on the clock. Grim's about to get overwhelmed. Straight through the fire and flames. The flash was good, but not good enough. OC actually caught his teammate there, but JT can still convert regardless. Oopsie. Not ideal for Stewie. Molly wasn't going to do too much, but now OC's got him locked in bank. Motum from the heavens and another $600. Ooh, Cloud9 are looking hot to trot.
Okay, Chad, when do we get worried?
Not yet. It's
yet.
early stages, very early stages here. But Cloud9, I like the tenacity they're coming out the gate with. In the early stages against the anti-ecos, it was much slower. You know, they were feigning map control. They were using their utility fantastically. And now they've kind of ramped it up a gear. You see them happy to take the fights here. Elish, caught off guard here, was not expecting that fight to come on through so quickly. And like I said, we haven't actually seen this Liquid play overpass yet. So when you're having your first official on a map, there's usually some teething issues. Obviously, there's a change up from the practice games to the officials, and this could be some of those that we're seeing right now. A tactical pause will be called. Moses gets a chance to chime on in and maybe give him some choice words, but with the max loss bonus in play right here, it will just be one save from Liquid. They can go for upgraded pistols yet again. We're seeing the Kevlar once more, the smokes, the 5.7s, a couple of Deagles in play. This would be the time for Team Liquid to start turning things around, and it needs to be done through an individual. So far, the frags, everybody's sitting quite low. Maybe it's Naf's time to step on up.
Yeah, very quiet. Haven't said his name a lot, and of course, one of the most influential players on that Team Liquid roster. When he's on, he's unlike any other. We saw what he is capable of when the discrepancy was visible in Renegades, and now, surrounded by others of similar quality, it does just get you excited. And you know just how much he's capable of. Here comes OC with a flash in his hand, and potentially Stewie perfectly anti-flash, but he tried to pull the pin. Quick response from Twists.
For now, they've been forced off at least the kind of initial aggressive angles they might be trying to play with, but Sonic now spots out. Nice bit of play there. Spots out Naf as well. Swing from short, but Grim still stands. You do have still threats aplenty to try and get past Elige. I mean, I wouldn't want to tussle with him, but I'm also not in Cloud9, so what the hell do I know? There's Grim, though, finding OC, and it's all kind of hit the brakes here. They've kind of been melted apart until Floppy, the name that never sounds quite as aggressive as we want it to be, but the man's closing a lot of these rounds. You look at kind of the meat of it, he is really getting to it.
Yeah, say what you want about Floppy, but he wrecked it that round. He absolutely did. That's a nice
someone
shot.
over there's
Needed that one. Yeah, appreciate that one, our resident golf fan. But either way, it is time for round 8, and it's time for Liquid to get off this goose egg. It's starting to get a little daunting as you head towards the halfway part of our first map. Quick stop, Molly, you'll see that put out by Cloud9 themselves. And fast pace from Motum. Takes full control of water, Sonic in tow.
Oh, this is quick.
This is so fast. They chose to burn. There must be a reason for that. This pace has to be followed on. It's the same setup.
Yeah, but look at the difference. Also, this time might be able to get something done. No, he can't. JT receiving a lot of blindness from it. And all too aware, it's all been noted now. I don't think Liquid falls foul to this anymore.
Yeah, I think they've sussed this one out, certainly in this round. 3 players on the site, all poised. Grim from barrels, catching that boost, really did take the wind from their sails. And now they've sent one man, it's Mr. Floppy, to go and try and sell something. Keep those CTs busy and preoccupied. A smoke toilet, summon a Molotov towards back Guardian. Bottom up Monster, and this frag is everything. Stewie, if he can take one. Not even. Now Twist is the one to fill the feed. A double from Twist. Stewie's there as well. Liquid have found their first. Just Floppy.
Damage is the name of the game right here for Floppy. If he can get any kills, just keep that money on the Liquid side low. That would have been ideal, but Naf will strike with the AWP, and the first round will come onto the board here. Before this, for Team Liquid, they were getting shellacked around the server. You have to look at the scorelines for Cloud9. In, we've got 4 out of those 7 rounds. They had 3 players alive. In only one of the rounds went down to a 1v1 situation, so the rest of them were relatively clean. Nothing to get too worried about, but that pace change right there from Cloud9, it was another quicker round, this time over towards that B-bomb site. And heads-up Counter-Strike is probably what Team Liquid would like to play against, right? They don't want to be faked around, pushed around too much. If they can be offered up multi-frags, like we saw go down on the B-bomb site just there, that's what they can do their absolute best work.
Now, though, the pacing still seems... I like the fact that Cloud9 do like a little bit of an early fight. They're not unwilling to go for it a bit. They're not going to let the Elige have a little too much or Naf get a little bit too peaky. So keeping them somewhat humbled for now.
Yeah, I mean, the early CT aggression is like, it's a core element of Overpass. Going aggressive early, taking an early advantage, and falling back into the sites. And that early advantage has been immediately levied by Stewie. Love that, and immediately taking the space. Look at how much information he can convey to his team now. There is nobody home. Start to prepare, batten down the hatches. A is vulnerable, but so is Connector. Look at Floppy. This could be the pivot. If they go through Connector, if Naf is knocked off his perch, that bomb can float between the 2 sites. And look what Motum's plan, the flash.
God.
They're on their way, Lauren.
This is scary, and surely the call gets made. Oh no, they're just dismantling them. Every little brick that was working their way has just been kind of neutered for now, and we still need to see that success. Stewie could be a game changer, bear in mind. His position is an unknown quantity, a very, very, very dangerous element. It looks like JT's been somewhat tasked with try and find him as quick as you can, if you can. While you do that, I'll work towards it. They focus so much towards Stewie, but he's good for one. If he gets another, he has been just outstanding. He is buying so much time. Stewie's incredible at doing this, but now a 2v2. It's still manageable on either side.
Ooh, spotted him. Grim, it's time to see what you're made of, my man. That's the AWP gone. And just Motom. Down to 70. 1-on-1. He had he got the second man of the match in the name, but in this round, that's for sure. Great work. 8-1.
All right, we can start getting a little bit worried now.
Yeah, they got peanuts in the bank account as well here, Chad. So we were going to see an MP9 for Grim, but alarm bells can start to sound.
Yeah, mainly because Cloud9 have won the half at this point, right? So anything that they get on top here is, well, a cherry on top of already a beautiful cake. Things are looking great for them at this stage. The pacing was early. They're looking tight. They're looking tidy. Everybody knows what they need to be doing. And, well, Stewie a bit disappointed with how that one all unfolded there.
OC Sweaty Smoke it is. We just missed it. It's like a really keen one where you like have to run off 3 different things. It's dirty.
Well, it's a B rush.
So fast that we didn't even have the sound. He's already in behind enemy lines. JT does go down, but he had the attention drawn of Grim. And now Grim starts to line him up. A double for the new addition. Not rushing this plant. They have full control. It's basically a deathmatch. So many sound cues. So much to deal with, but Alicia's managed to isolate one.
Not getting the plant down yet is going to be a problem, though. The clock's still ticking against the T, so Sonic and OC desperately want something more, but the fake doesn't draw too much out. OC waiting. Spots him. It's Elige, and now Naf in the 1v2. Tag is good, but it's not great. He wanted a bit more, but he's got a bit of room to work with, Alex. It's still a game on here.
It certainly is, and I've got full faith that they'll be playing the percentages here from Cloud9, so it's going to come down to Naf. He's got every tool he needs for this. He's got a smoke, kit, he can even scope on the defuse to fake it. He's got so many options, but he has to, it starts by getting on the bomb. It'll be Sonic the first port of call. There's the smoke. Spots him. If he hits it, there was a chance, but Sonic, he had his teammate right behind him for the trade. Great play from Cloud9. And continuing this essentially flawless T side, it's time to once again look at Liquid's money and say, maybe not time to be throwing all of the bells and whistles at them. This one fell flat. This is with the M4s. Let's see why. JT's drawing both of the fire. He even manages to take one with Motum's help. Yeah, and then Grim just overrun. I mean, how's he going to find 3?
You bang on there with that call, though, right? As he pushes through, he's changing the direction of which the CTs have to look. It pulls that attention away, and then the players around the pillar are able to get the work done. Now, you can see a partial investment coming on through here from Liquid. That makes sense. If they went all in at this point of the game, it means they're looking at potentially only getting 4, maybe 3 rounds. But here, being conservative, it most likely will result in 10 on the board. But hold up, Connector could get dicey.
Players left, right, center. Motum better be ready for this one. Stewie's already found Floppy. It's not looking brilliant for them. And it's drawn the attention and it's drawn blood. Beautiful work from Elige, but Sonic tries to grasp onto it, but they slip through his fingers.
What the
Somewhat
hell?
like Liquid, but where did JT just get 2 from?
Yeah, this was supposed to be Liquid's round, and just like that, in a matter of 5 seconds, it's gone from a 4v2 to a 2v1. Impossible to comprehend. Naf's flapped the door. He has no armor, but he does have a Kalashnikov. Maybe there is something to be said about this round peaking in the Molotov. Brave, OC expected it. That's double digits for Cloud9 into round 11.
One thing I want to note here and put a big tick in the column for Cloud9 is just how ready they are to play heads-up Counter-Strike. When the fight's coming to them, they're more than happy to swarm on the Liquid players and take them down. They're not backing off and going, oh, they've got the territory, they're better aimers than us. No, they're happy just to get stuck in. And JT bailed them out with 2 massive kills right there. Now, Naf with the door, that whole situation, he tried to use E to pick up the gun, which was a little bit further away, or the used key, depending on which you might have it bound at home differently. But that swung the door open, giving away the element of surprise. And, well, once again, we find Team Liquid down 10-1. But that's an opening that might turn things around here.
Ooh, that's a welcome change. Nice work from Naf. He gives Liquid an opening kill. They have to run with his first blood now. It's time to convert.
I feel like we haven't seen those opening bloods, though, have we? Liquid, it just felt all against them, these all-encompassing hits, but maybe that's enough to kind of tip the scales that we're waiting to see. Maybe that bit of confidence, something clearly frustration. We saw the, you know, the very displeasure and displeased look on Elige, and probably not happy with that either.
Yeah, it was definitely a full fist to death.
Oof.
Look, one of the problems here is Cloud9 are owning this in terms of multi-kills. They're 15 multi-kills to only the 6 of Liquid. The individuals, which you hyped up, they're not getting their multi-frags at all.
Certainly not. It looks like individually, we said it was a guarantee Liquid would be head and shoulders, and there goes their heads and shoulders. 3 in quick succession. Stewie reminds us of what Liquid are capable of.
Yeah, that's certainly not a no tears moment. I'm beyond happy to see at least Stewie finding a little something. Because as we said, pound for pound, right? It was always meant to be the caveat. Like, yes, this is the map for Cloud9. It was always going to be, this is their favorite, this is their home turf.
Yep.
But pound for pound, you're not meant to be this down, right?
I think the deal is, and what Cloud9 are doing very well, is they're setting the tone, they're setting the pace. They're not being dictated to by the aggression of Team Liquid. They're actually the ones who are assertive at the start of the rounds. And a missed molly right there, that's going to give some free territory for Cloud9 early. They'll get playground control. They're also jostling over towards B. The bomb is in the backyard area. And this one's going to slow it down. So from what seemed a bit quicker from Cloud9, it's a pace change yet again. Economy not looking too fantastic as Sonic only has a deagle, but they're winning 10-2. That doesn't really compute, but some of these last rounds have been quite close.
Twist going looking could be it's a dangerous game to play, isn't it? It can work so well, but you see a deagle against you, think, oh, what if I drop it? But obviously he's not expecting to lose, he's expecting to win. So a little bit of a different approach, but it looks like a fallback here, and they still have, what, 1 smoke on Mott and 1 on Floppy, a couple of flashes. It won't be much, but it's worked in the past, and it could work again.
Yeah, so I imagine we're going to see the same setup
Monster smoke
as before. Now, hang on a second. Twist will be checked. It'll be Stewie to make the call. He's not looking in that direction. Adjustment slow, but Twist perfect. Bait and switch from Team Liquid. That's the CT setup that they can get away with and now fall back into the site. They know where the bomb is. They know they've got a 2-man advantage. Looks like Liquid are starting to find a rhythm.
You don't drop this.
Oh, it's both.
This. No, nicely done. Twist played that to perfection. I want to also credit Stewie with the way he kind of played that too. Very much on the edge, but really, really capitalized on it. Motum does find Grim for free, so maybe there's a bit of room. No, Elige shuts the door on that, eliminates it, gets it rid of. And the economy, Chad, you said there was a bit of a weird spot. It's in a bad spot now.
Yeah, it's flipped very, very quickly, and it didn't feel like that was going to be the case only a few rounds ago. So Liquid now have a chance to potentially lock this half out with 5 rounds on the board. It's not great. I'm not going to say it's great, but it's the best that they can possibly hope for, and it was another multi-kill round. So in the previous, we had Stewie going ham, and now Twist has stepped up with a 4K of his own. So now the Liquid individuals are warming into this, and they're starting to come alive with what we expect. We need to see more of that as we continue forward. So it'll just be a full eco round. We can talk about...
Yes.
Alex, what is the favorite dish I cooked you? Oh, hold up a second.
That's a good one. I'll think about it as he hits a lovely sit-up and even keeping it up with the USP.
Yeah.
Clean as you like. It's only Motum, no plant if possible, no bomb, no health, and...
I really like that Glock.
Oh, it is pretty. Haven't seen that one before.
I think it's the Vogue, I think. I have it.
Striker
Someone's been doing some research. Mr. I'm too cool for skin.
Yeah.
I bought a lot of
yeah.
skins.
Aha.
I've opened a lot of cases of the
Okay.
new cases.
What is your favorite skin currently?
I like the, I think
Which one?
Sprint Stream, I think it is, the Deagle, the white Deagle.
That's cool as...
Okay, that's
Yeah, I have it.
Really cool.
your
You bought
favorite
it?
skin
Yep.
right now.
Right now, I'm really liking my Doppler flip knife.
Oh, I saw that. That is
That
quite
is
nice.
nice.
Little, I'm surprised you
Feel
haven't done
like
the token
James.
thing of like toothpick as the name.
Aye.
I was expecting it. If
You
I'm
know how
honest,
terrible
but-
my names are for knives. One was called...
Zigzag body bag.
That's the one. Zigzag body bag, the butterfly knife, never forget.
It was a time, and this could be a time for Elige. If he plays this right, he could definitely catch JT in a bad spot. But other than that, though, this playthrough underpass has been somewhat unchecked for now. But again, it's territory that you're willing to fall back from.
Precisely,
Liquid.
yeah. This is territory that's certainly optional for the CT side, this time foregone. Good flashbang to enable their cross. Elige far too wise to be sticking around, but he actually wants to back up Naf so they can aggressively hold this. I actually love that. He tucks in the corner here. This is a very common setup. He can hold this, Naf holding the long line. It's aggressive, and it often pays dividends. Double, just like that. Looking to see Liquid completely revitalize their CT side, albeit a little late after the double digits came in from Cloud9, but it has been, what is it now, 3 in a row? Yes, this will be the 4th.
We will take any bit of recovery because it means a longer game, and I'm happy with that. I want to see this drawn out. I want to see Liquid warm into it. I feel like they came in cold and they seemed a little stunned by what Cloud9 were doing, which is quite surprising. Or maybe they just simply weren't up to task yet. And now, it's a little different. Those multi-frags are coming in, that nice little re-aggress, as you said. But now they sit back towards the site, respecting what's been brought so far and also just playing the clock just right. Look at the lack of utility. Motum, one smoke, Molly, that's it. That's all they've got to try and make something out of here.
Yeah, and if Liquid throw away another advantage like 5v3, Jason will lose even more hair. Good Molotov. Oh. A good shot from Sonic, fortunately held on to. Liquid are set for success. Looks like we got that 10-5 half. Motum with just 10 seconds and not a hope in the world. Deja vu, he was here before. Into the smoke for the plant, good hope, but it's 10-5. It's Cloud9's map, and they've made that clear at 10-5 half. We'll be right back.
So sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. And we are never feeling cold again. And we are never feeling cold again. But I can't act like it's easy. It's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure. Fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost
just hoping I'll check it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast. 'Cause I was running roads, so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I ended up zero. This is such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe, looked around and fitted, seen high and low.
Your last game of the second day of ESL 1 Cologne, and it's Cloud9 Liquid. We've got Cloud9's map pick, Overpass. We're taking a little brief hiatus. Seems some tech issues are plaguing Liquid to get to that second half. But myself, Sponge and Pansy still hanging out and have taken a moment to reflect not only on the scoreboard, as you can see in front of you, but also our beautiful faces, as well as this gorgeous studio we find ourselves floating around virtually.
If they upload us into the mainframe as well, I guess, you know, we could technically just be a virtual studio.
Why don't we have 3D models of us walking around the virtual studio?
And we just cast at home.
And we just sit at home.
I really got into watching like the VR chat stuff. Like I found myself, never mind, it's live.
Like soda pop in stream and stuff.
No, there's some Australian blokes that do some funny stuff. But anyway, we'll get back into the game.
How unusual for Australian blokes doing funny stuff, Chad.
Yeah, look.
You got better provided the odds for this one worth mentioning. You can see the Liquid are still considered the favourites despite the 10-5 scoreline pointing in favour of the underdogs. Utility average damage per round does currently be held by Liquid, but they were on the CT side, so let's see if that transitions as Cloud9 take to the defense. Coming into OC, it's going to be hard for him to deal with, and I don't know what Stewie's just done, but Motum's gone, and already overwhelming the site. Floppy clawing one back, but Stewie, he's got a lot of space here, and he's taken 3 heads clean off. Should be the round, only Sonic remaining. He's upgraded to the USP, maybe the element of timing here for Sonic, but no, he's already scarpered all the way to Monster, and the movement from Twists enables him to get the information so safely.
I think Sonic's nutty, but this one, this one, Chief. Stewie, lovely round. What a nice start for him.
That's one of the things about having Stewie as the in-game leader, right? I think that he's obviously a very emotional player, and he is the emotional leader of the team, as well as now in-game leading. I think him being fired up is key, because you think of the other guys, Lige, you know, he's relatively quiet. We've got the same with Naf in that regard. I think Twist, we've obviously seen him get fired up in the past, but that's when he's doing some monstrous things. And then Grim coming in. Exactly. Grim coming in, look, I don't know too much about him, to be honest, other than the Counter-Strike I've seen in the server. Land for him isn't something that he's had too many options with, especially at a Tier 1 level. But Cloud9, they want to bounce back with a force buy of their own. OC on the scout. We've got a couple of MP9s in play. And straight over towards a B push. So they've cleared that one out. They have the info, but it doesn't really net them too much else.
So this is kind of reminiscent of how Cloud9 approached their first weapon round. It's smoke off toilets, admittedly not gathered to the same capacity, but it's going to keep the CTs busy. You can see JT and OC are the ones I'm referring to. There are a few players that can make the scout feel like a justified purchase, but OC certainly is one of them. Woxic is at the top of my list.
It's a pretty fair shout, isn't it?
So this is the setup I was talking about before, right? But it's being used in a second round. They've got the Deagle instead of the AK and a Scout instead of an AWP, but it still holds water. Let's see how it works out for them if it's tested. Seems like Long is being investigated by Stu.
I always find these rounds very dangerous when you take your time, knowing you are up against the force buy of a scout. The more you spread out, the more you fan out across the map, the chances of you getting tagged on up and losing some HP become more and more likely. But they will get toilets control here, and now they just have to deal with this Deagle that you were talking about.
Well, that's isolated him. That's a nice little molly there, just to force that scout further back. Dismantle the crossfire. He's found Twist though, but no further trades favorable towards Cloud9. So for now, it's going to be Liquid holding drastic amounts of numbers, and Sonic kind of irrelevant to the round. But good recovery from Liquid. I was a little scared, honestly. I think there was a little bit of worry, but seeing them kind of be this well thought out, this methodical in just the way they approach things, just to this point, is a really good indicator, I feel.
But that little piece of utility, that Molotov that we saw get thrown there in the bathrooms area, that's key. If they don't throw that, then the scout can stay on the line, potentially get a tag, or a pistol can push through and try and trade. So it's that little detail right there that makes the difference from being able to isolate JT up close and personal, or potentially having a bunch of CTs in your face. And that was good by Liquid to actually have the thought process to not get bogged on down by, oh, we need to get towards the site. You have to kind of change the map, Alex. We talk about the puzzle pieces. You break them down one at a time. Oh, I love this sound effect that we get. The bubbler.
Yeah, the bubbler.
The bubbler.
Making some Sprudelwasser here on Overpass.
Well, we've had this happen before.
We have.
You remember
Don't
it was
like this one.
last season.
Yeah, I can't remember the cause, but it was a hilarious one. It was like really mysterious.
Like a tin that got thrown into a wall.
No, it's like something like a camera was like under the water, and so the sound effects for everything, because one of the cameras was under the water, gets all weird.
Like this.
Like that.
Can we fix that?
It might take a little while. They might have to restart the feed or something along those lines. So bear with us, ladies.
Hello, guys. I'm reporting live from the helicopter. We're here above
Oh,
Overpass.
they missed the
it's a
volley
fumble.
as well. And we have to get server conditions and chip damage in as a homage to Jason as much as possible, all right?
I miss him.
Chip damage it is. I don't know why I haven't added that to my vocab. It's pretty much exactly what we see every round.
I wasn't like his main, you know, but as a side piece.
You were his side piece for
Yeah,
sure, but like
you know.
he liked you. He really liked
he
working
treated
with
me
you.
quite nicely.
Treated you right.
You know, maybe I'll get a Liquid t-shirt one day, who knows?
Lovely work from Twists. That's a whole 3, maybe even 4. He has actually got all 4 of them as they come around short. Doesn't get much better than that. OC perhaps can steal away an AK. He's on. Oh, unfortunately, that door gets closed behind Stewie. That was enough to confirm the surprise will no longer be present. And now OC, well, he's got no weapons to recover.
From the
That's back
aquarium.
now. I thought we just lost it.
I don't know.
I hate it.
It's like we're in Atlantis.
It
These
should be
are
I'm
just
in Minecraft
OC
underwater.
defending the lost city here. The Atlanteans advance 10-8.
Clean rounds, though, if we want to look at a positive right there for Liquid, keeping a lot of players alive right there against the Eco, and just that MP9 that was in the hands of Sonic. You can see them here getting absolutely destroyed by the Galil at range of Twist. That's going to be a nice little confidence booster for him. He's had a nice multi-kill in the first half.
I can't get over how the team model looks holding those jewelies. It looks like he's holding like a dinner tray or something. What's he I'm going to get you.
Oh, dear.
They are starting to see more action, though, Chad. I mean, it's a very expensive pistol, a little over the P250, and
All
some
up
players...
Anders.
30 bullets.
Yeah, 30 bullets, that's true.
Yeah, look, a lot of the guns get overlooked, right? Counter-Strike, once upon a time, it was Deagles, USPs, and Glocks. That was it, right? That was the only viable pistols. And now we have, you know, the 5.7, the Tech-9, the P250. If the Julies come into play, we get the CZ75. And Rush's favorite, the Revolver. Actually, sorry, JW's favorite, the Revolver. He memed on that for a little while. We haven't seen too much more out of him with that bad boy.
Here's a really fun fact about the Revolver, Lauren, that none of us knew the first time around. It's actually got good ladder accuracy. So people were buying it on Nuke and Pop Dog Train just so they could rat around on the ladder and shoot you while they're on it with their little ink.
Who
Don't like
found
it?
that out?
Yeah, look.
Found that out. Who sweated hard enough?
Probably
to find that out?
J-Dubs, I don't know.
But we do have a gun round, so
You're right, go on, do your job.
somewhat. This is a big fight back in for Cloud9, so I want to see what they can bring, because this has to be good, and that's a really positive start. But bear in mind, that was, I think, the SMGs that were left over between Grim and Stewie, so it's certainly not out of the woods just yet. That's probably going to do it, though. Elish going down, leaving just 2 is going to put them really to work, and they've got no territory.
You're going to be loving that, Chad. They boosted on Connector straight out of spawn.
Yeah, and I know it's a bonus round for Liquid right here, but you want to get something done, right? The idea of having the bonus round coming on through is to keep the CT's economy low at least. So now that NAF and Twists, with the rifles in hand, they have to find a couple of frags, and that magic number I keep talking about is 3. So if they can get 3 kills in this, doesn't matter if they win or lose the round. Well, better if they win. But the damage could be important here as this one trickles on forward. This could have been the chance for Liquid to tie things up at 10-10, and now it's looking like a chance for Cloud9 to jump even further forward.
Yeah, and you're bang on about taking weapons away. Look at Cloud9's residual cash. It's non-existent. So taking anything away from them really going to hamper them coming into this and establishing this defensive side. This is not a round with nothing to play for. Far from it. Oof. Nice chance for NAF, but Motum all the ready for it, and now Twists. He's got players coming in from both angles, and they're going to double peek him. He's going to do well to find the first. He wasn't anticipating the second, never mind the third. And so it will be JT to quickly confirm that the 11th is Cloud9's. We're heading into the 20th round of our final game in our second day of ESL 1 Cologne Online. This is the Americas region. We've already seen some successes in Group A, now venturing into Group B for the first day of play.
How come you guys didn't tell me
This is
these?
the boost.
Yeah, well, this is an old school boost. I used to cop this all the time from CLG when we used to play against them, going back 5 years. It sucked a lot.
So effective. I mean, I'm looking at the time. That was like 15 seconds into the round. They had 2 people in connector. Hell yeah. OC's going aggressive as well, taking a leaf out of his teammate's book. He's even got a friend. Oh, this is hot. The fact that they have the balls to be doing this, Lauren, against Team Liquid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Liquid heard those gigantic balls being dragged across the map at that point, so easy one for Grim. But as said, Cloud9 for now going to fall back into something a little bit, I don't even say passive, but a little bit further back, kind of doubling up on long and doubling up in short, trying to, I guess, take portions of the map.
Yeah, certainly. I like the positioning from JT. Full anti-flash, fully hidden. OC's going to take the first shot. They'll be looking to close him down, and JT can come and clean up a nice multi. Chad's been keeping his eyes on the multi-kills, and it's... What was that? A drive-by from Stewie, and Grim's done the same. Here's the aim we know they're capable of. This is just an individually driven round success. And now just Floppy. Whew, not really anything he can do but sit and stare at his screen in disbelief. 50 seconds left for this T-side to eventually make a choice, but the rush is not present just yet. Plenty of time for Liquid to make sure they don't fall foul to any Floppy corner.
Now, here's the deal. If I'm Liquid, I want to make sure as you're planning the bomb, you've already set up the net. You want to chase and try and take away this AK-47. Make sure they can't save anything going forward because you're putting yourself in the driver's seat. Fantastic stuff there from Twist to finish him off to now start running away with this second half. You can see here, if we take a quick look at the right-hand side of your screen, Floppy with 4.2, 4.7 on JT. Sonic, he doesn't have enough to get a buy. And Motum, he's down the bottom of the barrel there too. So here's that drive-by we were talking about.
What? It was a run boost with it? I wonder we didn't see it.
Yeah, no wonder. And I'm sure the CTs didn't quite have an explanation for that one either. Well, that certainly got some of the fans excited. And wow, some of them getting creative as well. I love it. It's good to get that creative...
I like the dances earlier. They made me happy.
So here's the save. There's just a couple of upgraded pistols, some deagles in play, a scout in OC's hands. So this one could be dangerous, right? If OC gets a couple of scout tags, and the deagles can finish them off quite easily. They're not out of the woods by any means.
Yeah. And you can see that there is restraint to Liquid. It's the... I keep referencing threat effect, but it was something he hammered into the NIP boys many years ago. These are the rounds that you can let slip away. Deagles and scouts will chip away at you if you do start taking liberties. You have to remain rigid, you have to remain clinical in your approach, even if you have a distinct advantage against your opponent. So look at the information that they're getting here. Cloud9 through to T-spawn. This flank will be rather quick. Twist is going to have his knife out if he's not careful. He's waiting. He's still waiting. They could do damage here, Loz.
This could be sick. Twist, Grim, Stewie, they're all there. That's the bomb too. They've seen it all. Oh, he turned around. He's whiffed it.
It's not the end of the world. It's still 2 for 2. They'll take that. Leash tag, but he did get the frag onto OC. Come on, Motum, nothing. And that's clean. Stewie gets the job done, but my goodness, was that sketchy.
Oh, wow.
Fell off my seat, Lauren.
They had it all. Oh.
It's tough. It's so tough. Woof. Well, that's going to get my heart beating. I'm sure the same for Cloud9. They might want to cool off a little bit. We'll see a replay of that one. Look at the timing.
Who turned
behind? Nast behind them.
Oh, thank you so much, cameras.
All right, well...
That solved the mystery for us.
Yeah, look, that would have been catastrophic for Liquid to lose a round like that, and that's one of the tilt rounds that we could be throwing on in the mix. So the fact that they were able to stay right there and get themselves now 10 on the board, they've got the double digits here as well. Liquid fanning out for the default. Couple in connector, one over towards playground, 2 towards the back of B. Early exchanges of utility just to hold those CTs at bay, not allowing them to go for too much aggression. And now, well, it's just the posturing. We stand through, we see what we can find, see who's home. One of the keys with overpass, a map where you want to push back and slowly comb for utility on the T side. You have to flash off the AWPers, smokes to push back lines of sight, and Molotovs to allow you to get up close and personal. And this one is a slower start to the round. Got 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, and Olam's going to use his smoke. That'll be gone by about 50 seconds. So only 1 smoke left now. No Molotovs as that one's being thrown out. Cloud9 only have the rifles. Oh dear. Rifles and a couple of flashes really to defend with OC's AWP.
Where did Liquid finish here?
It feels,
40 seconds.
It feels like A, based on the bomb rotating back up through Picnic now. Naf might just be holding on to that short area, and well, that opening right there opens the door.
Patience, so patient. But OC is still here. Now the rest are gonna have to make a move because I think it was Naf who was keeping their attention over by B, but now here they come. OC, the flash from Sonic sets him up so well, and he's buying time. Grim finally gets in, but the rest of the CTs are here. 15 seconds now.
Yeah, and that's a good find from Elige. Floppy, unfortunately, very worse for wear on the rotate. It would have been certainly a more manageable affair had he been coming into this healthy, but with 23, he's going to have to make 0 mistakes. He can't afford to have either of them shoot back. Doesn't really seem realistic, but he's going to give it a good go. Elige responsible for the bin position. If he can isolate Grim, he's got a shot at this. And no, Elige, that's his quad kill in the round to pull Liquid back to an equal stead.
That patience on the first was just so nice. His patience on long there, just to open it up, boom, game on.
Now, back there in the first half, the multi-kills was in the favor of Cloud9. At one point, it was 15-6, so multi-kill rounds. Is now sitting in favor of Liquid 18-17, so that's quickly tipped on over. And opening kills continuing to fall in the way of Liquid here, 15-7 in that regard right there. So they're finding the openings, and now they're getting a chance to stretch their legs. So that's a really big win for them. The money not going to be fantastic on the side of Cloud9 yet again, and you can see it's just another one of these partial buys. Now, with the scoreline as close as what it is, we're not in dangerous territory for Cloud9 just yet, but if they're unable to convert the following gun round, at that point, it really does start to become a problem. Saves might have to come into play. They might have to be a little bit more timid if they lose a bomb site or a pick early. So it's all going to come down to the big decisions from JT and the boys.
How many rounds have they had in this half? Real quick.
1.
Yeah. It's not looked great, if I'm honest in my opinion here, Alex, but going forward, obviously, this isn't the round where we hold them to the highest of standards, but that's a really nice beginning.
Oh, what a chance from OC. That could have been a 5v3 advantage had he converted. Down Grim to 12. Would have taken the lion's share of Liquid's utility away from them as well. Let's not forget, you only drop your most expensive nade. He had a stack of 4. Could have been a very powerful kill, had the element of surprise. Regardless, 11, rather even keel. Grim spots the push. He knows exactly what they're going to be up to, and so now they can plan that bomb safe under the assurance that this round is theirs. I don't know whether or not there's much more to be scavenged, just that 1 AK that JT will be happy to recover and dig his heels into the playground sandpit.
These ones are boring rounds. I'm sorry, everybody.
I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to apologize for the Counter-Strike. You're not really
No, but we get these, right? We get these, and we try and we spice it up a bit. We talk about fun stuff. We go down the rabbit holes. We talk about our childhoods, which at least the things we used to watch on television.
Yeah.
We still haven't shown a Mr. Scribble.
Squiggle.
I always get it wrong. Squiggle, not Scribble. It's a man with he has like a pole and a tennis ball,
very,
and he's got like a pencil on the tennis ball, but it's a puppet.
Yeah.
And so he draws upside down.
From? Where's this from?
Australia.
Of course it is.
And he draws pictures upside down. You're like, this is all the gobbledygook. It's all nonsense. And then he turns it the other way, and it's a cat or something. Very, very cool.
I'll send you some links tonight, Lauren. You're going to love it.
You remember, was it Dick and Dom?
Yeah, in the bungalow.
Yeah,
Bogies. Jinx. Buy me a Coke. Coca-Cola or a other beverage. I don't mind.
Anything, really.
Anything is fine.
Yeah.
So let's get into the round of 24. That's the 24th. Comes after the 23rd. In case you were wondering.
Easy.
And straight out, extinguishing the Molotov, looking for blood.
Notice how an AWP hasn't really been key for Liquid here. They're more than happy just to get this done with 5 rifles, and that means they can be a little bit more versatile. Naf able to stay in transition more, and that's good because they have him over towards the B bomb site, dealing with any aggression over there, and he tends to lurk towards that side of the map when they are going for the A pieces. So this time round, Liquid are going to have 3 players over towards Fountain, 1 in Connector, and as I was talking about, Naf babysitting that B bomb site. So this is very standard. You see this, the smoke towards the front of bathrooms, the Molotov to push back the divider position, and now a flash will probably come on into Connector so they can get on in and clear that out. Also a good chance to go through and backdoor the long position, make sure you clear out over towards Tree. Give you some different angles to work with and apply pressure on the CTs here. So Liquid just going through the motions, but OC staying forward. There's a chance for a pick, and that's a big opening. He needed that.
Yeah, that's some energy. It's going to force Liquid into a bit of a rerouting. That deep Molotov not going to force any fights. So Twist and Grim holding hands as they skip merrily towards their teammate Naf. But look at the timing of Floppy. He could get caught out. Oh, it's tough. He's managed to take one with him. I don't think they're going to be worried about that. That's still an advantage with just 20 seconds left.
Sonic's still here. He's over by the barrels, and Wally doesn't go deep enough to stop him. And there's the support coming in from JT. He flew down here as quick as he could get to it. And the T's have kind of hit the brick wall. Floppy's position gave them just enough warning.
Yeah, exactly. It was Floppy's choice. He realized he wanted to take space, and you see a lot of Monster players doing that. Getting their first kill is often just a lurk to contain. If you get the first and you try and take that space, it was enough to call that rotate. All three, he gets the info and even a kill. So mad respect to Floppy. And he's actually at the top of the scoreboard in the server alongside Stewie and Twist. So he's the one that's keeping the frags high and keeping them competitive for Cloud9, who have fallen off just a little into the second half. That is now... quick maths, 4 + 3, 7 to the 1 of Cloud9. Now 2.
Just to note, that was the first opening frag there from OC, and that's quite important for an AWPer on the CT side to be getting away with some like that. So good stuff from him as well. As that music sounds, it's going to be a bit of a tactical timeout. We're getting to the business end right here, and while Team Liquid, they only have one timeout remaining. Cloud9 yet to use any of theirs. Scores tied up at 12-12. Once again, no AWP on that T side. This would be a good time for a pace change, maybe something a bit more set-piecey.
They do seem grouped up. Let's see what this round delivers.
It's just the same default spread, unfortunately, in the early stages. So 1 to connector, 3 towards the playground position, jostling, early utility coming on out, making sure the CTs can't get away with any early aggression. It's normally the name of the game within these first 30 to 40 seconds. But OC wants to continue to posture, and as I say that, of course, he runs further back.
It's not the first time we're going to see that set up either. Last time it was undone with that Molotov, but maybe this time around it might have a couple more seconds to it, a little bit more leg to it. We'll see if they actually decide to dedicate towards this. Molotov's still there, but he really fancies having another go at it. So close by to this other side here. Grim on the other side too. Nav not too far off. The T's are tentative in taking ground.
Big problems here as well, low utility.
It's time to exchange that tentativeness for some tenacity. Losing Motum. It's an early advantage for Liquid.
Oh,
a sitter
no.
for OC. He's been having a rough go of it, as we discussed. His first opening frag of the 6 he's tried. Now it's JT to save and to equalize. A 4v4. It's going to be chaos. It's bloodshed on B. And already here on that A site, do see Naf advancing onto Sonic. He is on the rotate now. 3 players setting up for the after plant, and the bomb already down courtesy of Naf. A re-smoke, even more salt in the wound. Molotovs for Bank. He is officially locked out.
He has to save. There's only a 2,900 loss bonus coming into next, and if he does save here, they should be able to get another gun round on the board. If he goes for this and loses it, that means everybody won't have a rifle going into the following. I'm just trying to take stock of the cash right here. Oh, that's cheeky.
See that?
Yeah, faking the water sound, everybody, to try and bait Team Liquid to come and chase him on down. But unfortunately for Sonic, Team Liquid's money's in a bit of a better position, I would say. Stewie with 6350. Obviously, the loss bonus for this, the win bonus, not the loss bonus, about to come on through for grabbing this one. So it'll continue to get buffered, and this is where you want to be on the T side. You know, you've got a decent amount of bank. You're probably going to be able to buy for the rest of the game here, whereas Cloud9, the shoe's on the other foot. Sure, the loss bonus is built up towards that max level. We're not completely there just yet. Oh, and there we go. There will be a timeout coming through for Cloud9 after all. So Stewie's looking happy.
Confidence-wise, it's got to be a booster right back in. That first half was pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, just as confidence goes, this is a different look to Liquid. It's nice to see them taking the reins, leading the pace, because it did feel like Cloud9 had those reins for a good couple of rounds, but switch on the half, comes back in. Maybe a better team, no discredit to Cloud9, could have exploited that scoreline further.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look at the opening kills. It was, as I deemed it, chaos, and to see it in slow motion, it does just confirm that. And plenty of chaos, of course, from our fan cams as well. I remember that. I remember there was a period of girls in my class wearing the 3D glasses with the lenses out. Like, why were you doing that? You went to see a movie, you've plucked them out, and you think you're cool. I did it.
Emo vibes. I don't know. We've got a fast hit here. A bit of a switch up of a pace. So anything Cloud9 might have come up with could be thrown out the window, because Liquid have just gone, nah, we've got a round to spare. Now let's bang on in there. They've got the money to support it too, so why not be out there crazy? What?
That's so cheeky.
They've just peeled out of this. They just went, see that really small amount of utility that you had to work with, you just put everything into.
It's
We're out.
redundant. We're going to start the round again.
I like that call, though, because it could have got very dangerous, right? The rotation was already coming in from Cloud9. They could have been getting destroyed, and, well, there it is, looking for information.
This looks really good from Liquid. This is inspiring some confidence in the roster. Certainly on the T side, showing more initiative. And with 3 remaining, Stewie, again, just tucks himself into connector, which enables the channeling of the CT rotate just to be from the CT spawn. Sonic currently set up on A.
Second waves almost. The way you phrased it on Vertigo, I think, really kind of echoes it in my mind here. That second wave of utility almost coming in now. But they're going in somewhat dry through Monster. You've got 2 players up who have utility, but they're banking off the bits that have come through here from the players behind. But a pretty clean take.
Yeah, they had to gamble, right?
Yep.
You just have to. So it was either you stack all 3 players over towards that B site and hope for the best, or you go searching towards A. At least they're in a pack, and at least this gives them the opportunity to hold on to the guns. 3,400 will be the loss bonus going into the following, so they will be able to drop bits and bobs across. And when that comes on through, it means that Cloud9 can continue to be competitive.
So we kind of had the... We'll kind of talk through it. What needs to happen here for Cloud9? Because honestly, like, we had a lot of theories to what Liquid could change up, what they could do right, what was their win conditions. Cloud9 have barely found comfort on the CT side, Chad. What's the adjustment?
I think they need to do something assertive and aggressive. Like, oh, they've fumbled the run boost here, but yeah, I think Cloud9, if they can hold on to these guns, that's the first bit of importance. Oh, no, it's not. It's miserable. They've lost 2 of the 3, and OC, well, he will hold on to it. But yeah, the option needs to be, and maybe they'll go for it now that the money's not fantastic, something more aggressive and more assertive. Get in their face and try and stop Liquid from getting away with whatever they want to do, right? We've seen the defaults. Okay, there's certain moves, certain mid-round plays that you can do to make them trip over their own feet. Or if there's a rush coming in like that, Cloud9, if they pick an aggressive play, they have to have some of the... I like to label them as moves, right? Or they could be tactics, they could be aggressive plays, something they have worked on where they can at least take some territory and a fight comfortably. A flash setup ready to go in case, you know, the barrage comes in from Team Liquid. They need something where they're not getting dictated to. That's clear to me. OC's AWP maybe, right? Maybe let's pump it down connector. Let's go for a fight. See if we can get an opening. If nobody's there, funnel one of these pistol players up for a bit of aggression. Try and put pressure on Liquid, because right now, what we saw in that round where they went B, they left B, they came back to B, that was fantastic stuff. And it was simple.
What a peculiar choice. So they've chosen to play around OC's AWP, but JT's broken his money in the process by dropping an additional M4.
Selfless in-game leader.
Yeah, he is. He's just saying, Sonic, we need something behind the AWP as well to make this round viable. He's going to be boosted up. It makes sense. And now Sonic does have that M4. Let's see if it can do any damage. Into the side comes Stu. He has been masterful so far in this one, but he's taken out of the equation early. And now JT pipes up, and Cloud9 take it. In a matter of seconds, Sonic has lost his rifle in the process, but that is a crucial break of pace.
Didn't need to be that messy for Team Liquid there. It felt like once they'd seen those players towards that pit, everybody bloodlusted, and that flank coming in on through from the sandbag position caught them off guard. You blink and you miss it in a round like that. And Cloud9, I don't think they can believe it. They're going to be taking a time out of their own off the back of that. So you see this here, bird's eye view coming on into the site. They're glued to that pit position. Meanwhile, Modem coming up sandbags. People turn the wrong way, side of the heads, dink, 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 and away they go. Easy as that, and well, Sonic, he did drop to the Molotov at the tail end of things, but look at this, the frustration from Stu. I mentioned he was an emotional guy before, and as an in-game leader, I used to be extremely emotional, and the problem is if you let it get away from you, if you let that cloud your judgment and thought, it can just become a negative thing.
How many conversations we had about some of the greatest players with that as like a I don't like saying it as an issue, because sometimes it can be, but others it can also be your greatest gift. Like Get Right was always the highest highs, lowest lows. It's funny to see it's still such a common trend through some of these players.
I like emotions, but they do wreak a little bit of havoc.
I do agree that with Stewie, it makes sense to put him in the leadership role because of the power of his emotions. Now, aggression from the CTs. They're following this and straight up. Look at Motum, brave into the first, but OC challenged by Stewie. He actually comes out on top, holds the belt above his head. Stewie face down on the floor. We've got a 4v3 now. Liquid will not be gifted anything in this game. I love JT's position. He can pretty much sit there now, and the rest of his team can focus on
safe.
B. Yeah,
completely safe. At worst, you're an early warning signal that you might have to consider it, but this double stack on short, so powerful. Sonic, first time we got to see him really with that AWP in play as well. Something that I knew him for, but glad to see that role being a little bit more supplementary than a requirement. But a late smoke down towards Monster, forcing Grim to kind of walk through this, but Grim's ahead of it. Do they know what's coming their way? Sonic better be ready, and he is. Grim's there. And Sonic gets a nice little 3, but that hold towards Party felt so pivotal. That the aggression coming out, JT's position.
How selfless is Motum? You know, like, it's visible in his play. His whole purpose there was to get one and wide strafe so everyone's looking at him. He did exactly that and enabled OC to get another and get away. Sonic's the one that puts the cherry on top. You say 3, and it's a quick 3 in that. Grim and Twist with a final 2. And we're back into the double orbs.
Yeah,
Chaddy.
you could see the last 2 rounds, though, the change from Cloud9. It wasn't just sitting back and waiting to see what was coming their way. They were taking the fights, they were taking the gambles, and they paid on off. And once again, aggression flashing through, seeing if they can find some fights. This time, Liquid meeting the utility with some of their own, and that has pushed Cloud9 back towards the toilet area right now. They've grabbed control of sewer, spamming going off through the walls. So this is more of the jostling. I think Liquid have realized, they want to fight us now. So let's see if we can take it to them. And with Stewie getting control and Nade going over the top, that's going to do a chunk of damage. JT down to 27 points of health. Now, if you find an opening pick here from Liquid, if they can get a kill, what we've seen from Cloud9 is they like to... Oh my god, what was that?
That's the shot everyone wants to hit, but Grim just did it. Wow, okay, Sonic, after being the hero of the last, is the first blood of the 29th. This could be beginning of the end for Cloud9. They've lost one of their stars.
The one, I guess, silver tiny bit of lining is there's still 3 players for Cloud9 on towards B. You do still have OC isolated and just has to feel out the game. When he feels uncomfortable, he'll need help. But late round aggression from the CTs. Bold and brazen for Stewie. We've seen Twist here before, and now we get to see Stewie. The power coming in from the T's was excellent. They sprung right on it. The timing almost unfortunate that Cloud9's aggress was met by the same push almost from Liquid through Monster.
Yeah, that was very trials and tribulations was the words at the tip of my tongue. But this time, OC's going to get caught trying to Glock him down for the bad manners bonus, and he's done it. We'll have an option for the AWP, but opting not to take it. So, Liquid on map point, the first of this series. Overpass, Cloud9's pick. It was just at the last second Grim connected. Let's see that from the behind the wall.
Oh. Stings a little.
AWP as well, just like 6-7 grand on the floor.
Yeah.
Nasty feeling for Sonic, and a great shot from Grim to get his team into it.
Well, this is it. Do or die for Cloud9. If they want to take this one to overtime, they need to step up strong here. OC will have that AWP dropped across. The rifles are out. Utility is a little bit light, but once again, Liquid with the pace over towards Picnic. They can just posture and see if any early CT aggression wants to come out again. Because Cloud9, well, they haven't gone for an all-in gamble at the start. Still opting for a little bit of aggression, but Sonic is not on his own. He has a friend, JT. The 2 South Africans side by side, brothers in arms. They've been going through this journey together. Let's see if they can take their team to OT.
I like that bit of map control, Alex. That's not bad. We haven't seen much of that before from the CTs either.
No, and Long does look like it's going to be OC's next port of call. The timing, he's looked at the clock. He's around about that 1 minute mark. I need to address Long. He certainly wouldn't be wrong. Autumn's going to be given the task instead.
God, I wouldn't want to be playing on Long as well. The way they've been run boosting, they've been just taking it apart.
You credited Elijah's patience as well. It looks like it could be the very same scenario that got Liquid back into it on this T-side start. It was Motum that walked into Elige last time as well. This time,
Flash!
He's got the flash. Of course it's OC. One of the world's best for the flash assists, and demonstrating it here at round 30. It's not over yet. 4-4. Naf has equalized as he scarpers back up the ladder. Sonic can make that call, and this is the bomb. If Sonic gets the timing right here, he can completely pull the rug from under them.
We've seen this before with Eagles, but this time Naf's too late to the party, and Sonic, he reads it all. That's 2 huge kills. That's going to split up the T's to the last 2. Stewie and Twist, classics. Incredible players, and they need something incredible now, but OC says no, it's looking like OT is on the cards.
OT. Never much love when you go OT, but Cloud9 fans love this. It's 15-15. We need to take a quick break to catch our breath, but straight back out of it, we're going into overtime.
Up, 1,000 miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, and we go up, up, up.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Thousand miles of love, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hands. Travel light lanes, it's just enough, oh yeah. Just for you, just a man, just an ocean in the wind. We ain't gotta make plans, fair enough, it's fair enough, oh yeah. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. Like we're the two surviving pieces of something. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. And I know it feels like a light years in the making. Up, 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 1,000 miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, and we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck. Oh no, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hand. Travel like land, just your hype man, just the one, just a believer. I don't care, I see you loading up my mind. Place me on the side, fair enough, oh yeah. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. Like we're the two surviving pieces of something. Always you and me, tryna be weightless, yeah. And I know it feels like light years in the making. Up, 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 1,000 miles of luck, yeah. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, but we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck. Oh no, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of
It's been a bit of a slog match so far. Liquid and Cloud9, we knew this was a good map for Cloud9. We knew that this was their stronghold, but Liquid did finally turn up, but it took them some time, guys. It was a slow build, and we're in OT.
I'm kind of happy we're here, because we can get a nice little sample size of exactly what worked best for both teams. Who can replicate it, and how's it gonna look? Stewie's been fantastic on the fragging department, leading as well. Let's not forget the departure of Nitro still echoing through the Team Liquid roster. We do have Moses in the casting seat, and Twists drawing the first frag of our overtime here. It's just the first map of our final series here on day 2. The Americas region for ESL 1 Cologne online, and Twist has found a second as well.
Well, those multi-frag stats continue to rack up here for Liquid. It was tied 23-23 towards the end of regulation there, but now Twist has put them one step ahead. The double AWPs is where Cloud9 feel that their success came from to get them to this point, but OC and Sonic are going to have to do something nasty if they want to get in this round.
We saw some decent work from Sonic before on the AWP, but yeah, it's going to have to be pretty big, and honestly, Twist might be teed up for some more success unless 4B keeps him humble. Let's see if this little duo can do some damage. Sonic Nice trained on the cross, doesn't see the first, gonna get a... Oh, I think he saw enough. He saw a foot, he saw something, and he's willing to go back in. Bravery at his finest, and maybe he falls for it, he does, but Floppy trades back in. OC's on the site. Alex, this is dangerous.
Yeah, OC had to hit that first, and it's just going to be finished off nice and neat by the Naf and Stu, but the triple kill from Twist is where that round was really won. Still, this is MR3, 16k, so everyone's going to be pulling out all the stops and all the AWPs they desire, or the ops. That will just do that one for you, Lauren. Regardless, though, Twist does get himself 3, and this is how the first 2 transpired. You can see that nice quick clearance of Connector. We talked about CT presence in Connector and how powerful it can be. Well, there's the opposite. That's what happens when a T tries to the opposite. I'm glad you asked, Lauren. Screw you. Revenge is quick. Karma's real. Bottom, he's doing it again. The brave soldier checking for the early fountain presence and then choosing to back away. Doesn't try and twist the knife anyway.
Oh, so it was them actually fronting up and dictating towards the tail end of regulation that was able to get them to this point. But now, as things seem to simmer on down and we're on even keel, both teams with all the goodies, all the money, everything they desire, Liquid can just slow it down. They know that the AWPs were the key to success, so they can be more diligent in the way that they clear corners and take angles. See the Molotov smokes and flashes on the radar in your top left going on over towards the bathroom side of things. Bottom is going to need to get a kill or 2 here, and there's actually 3 players up close and personal, so Elige and Grim, they might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There is a colossal stack of CTs in their very typical setup. Motum responsible for the long side, so Toilets is on lock. A is on lock. And I say that with conviction. Here they come, though. Elige will find the trade, but there's JT in quick succession. He's not allowed to retreat. Naf's the one to lay down the law. We find ourselves in the mid-round, folks. This is when things can get a little chaotic. It's a game within the game. 3v3.
I like what Floppy's doing, though. His presence is definitely noted over by Shaw at B's. He's keeping him humble. I'm worried about OC, so some of these shots have been going astray. They haven't been as primed as I'd like, but this time, let's see what he can do. Timing just slipping away from him, but he's going to post up here. He does have some support, but further away. That's good. One there. Bomb goes down. He knows it. He's got to be careful, though. He's got pressure on both sides. Commit to one and delivers. Oh, it's exactly what you want to see. Sonic just to wrap it out. But that was perfect. I doubted OC because there have been occasions, but clearly, under those pressure moments, he can rise to them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was gorgeous to see from OC. He does thrive in those... What's the word? It's not standard, it is...
Peculiar?
When Alex starts at your word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chad's good. Chad's good with my words usually, but it's been a while. We haven't kind of got the synergy. But yes, you can see... Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That will work.
Go for that.
But yeah, he's often in rather obscure positions, those off angles, if you will. And here's another example. Goes for an aggressive one and will disappear in the guise of the smoke. Good damage as well inflicted from the nades. It's Grim and Stewie who've taken the brunt of that shunt. And there's another one on board. My goodness, wallbangs as well. Chipping away at Stewie. He hasn't seen a single player, and he's only got 20 points of health to work with for the rest of our final round of their T side here on our overtime.
Oh, Floppy's making him work for it. Deep smoke's coming out. Not backing away from this either. It's double AWPs. Yet to really be called in for the CTs, truly, at least in this one. OC doing the dance back and forth. It's such a dangerous game. The T side is so ready. If you make a mistake, overstep, over-aggress, anything, they're right there.
Yeah, and you can be responsible for that 2-1 deficit coming into the second half. You really do not want to be the one to set the first toe over the line. Motum, info about to be here. He's making a lot of noise. It's a clean kill for Motum. Can get away scar-free as well. Looking good for Cloud9 to convert the 2-1 advantage here on their defensive gambit. Smoke's flying in towards the A site, and there are going to be players behind them too.
OC's here though. OC, nice damage towards Grim. 2 HP, Molly. It's unfortunate, but he's going to still stand. He makes this harder and harder, but good Molotov to force him away, but this plays in Motum. They've got to be aware. He killed Elige. They've got to know it, but suddenly it's not looking so bright anymore. But the 2 defenders of the A site are now dead.
I've got a feeling, Lauren. Twist and Naf are going to remind us what they're capable of right here, right now. Bombs down and not today. Sonic quick and so's JT. The 2 South Africans have secured themselves the 17th for Cloud9.
That one was a little bit more decisive from Liquid when they found themselves in the awkward mid-round scenario. Is that the word you're looking for? Awkward?
Awkward, I guess.
Still trying.
You know those off angles?
Unorthodox.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
There we
you,
go. We got there in
Lauren.
the end.
He's always in these unorthodox positions, but can be punished if he doesn't hit his shot. He does have the element of surprise because of his choice, but it is a colossal risk if the accuracy isn't there.
What are some of those people on the fan cams getting up to?
I did see some sunnies.
Yeah.
The Twitch chat going. I got to see some like Pepe Jammers going past.
Don't start on those little emoticons or
FAD.
whatever you
Emoticons.
boomers are calling them these days. Lauren, I don't want to hear any of that nonsense. We're in overtime now. There's no space for that. What we
Damn,
need...
bro, that's such a Keepo moment. I don't know how it works.
I love Keepo.
Yeah, I'm more of a
My
Keepo
favorite.
than a Kappa.
Ooh, what I do like is a little bit of pace to the T side, and it looked like they were really trying to commit down towards Monster, but no, they've averted and they've kind of swung around towards short and then just held.
But look how much utility they've dumped here in the early stages. There's only 3 Molotovs and a flash left for Cloud9 if they want to reinitiate anywhere on the map. They need to hope they can find a pick here early.
Very, very astute observation. They've got nothing left, and they haven't choose to follow up on any of that utility. How peculiar. Stewie advancing now. We know he's capable of with the AWP. That double orb, we talked about it. Jason talked about it. It's something they can bring out, and you see that signature relocation of his mouse. Does work out. Stewie onto Floppy. 5 versus 4. Early advantage found, and Motum looking to be boosted up for it. Boosted up for the trade, but Grim seems so damn prepared for it. He's going to be jumping in and out of checking that, and he can actually see the tip of Twist. What a reaction. That's his 26th, and a very stylish one at that.
They tagged up Stewie, they tagged up Twist, but it hasn't equated to anything. They've just lost out on 2 players from this boost. Attention looks to be kind of dwindling away from B for now. The bomb's en route towards A. But yeah, it feels like something went astray. I'm sure Chad can take us a second or two to walk through what the hell almost went wrong there.
Yeah, I just feel the utility dump from Liquid and how much they wanted to stop that rush was enough to make Cloud9 double guess running on in. But the fact that they didn't follow through with their utility meant they were left with nothing, and now they need to limp onto this A side.
All right, all right. Now, walks into OC's crosshairs. Can't believe his luck, but Liege does manage to keep it equal. This is getting nuts. They don't have the time. They don't have the players. It's all onto OC. He's getting the shots he needs. He hasn't got the time. Another chance. If only Stewie was there.
Wouldn't do it.
And a phenomenal attempt. But it's not going to amount to anything. The equalizer found for Liquid.
Oh, that makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. Stewie runs away.
Stylish
It's
way to
fine.
save an
It's
orb.
fine. It's okay. Makes me nervous. Yeah, the start of that round was a bit weird though.
Yeah, Stewie got that opening pick right there. A little bit Fallen-esque, so maybe remembering from his time with MIBR there. But OC, it was all in vain. We are in overtime here, so look, they're flashy kills, but they don't really amount to a lot. Now, going into the next round, whoever wins this one, they're going to secure double overtime for their team here. 18's the magic number to do it all again.
USSR in the top.
It's a bunch of clowns. Perfect summary of the Counter-Strike community, to be honest, actually. We're just a bunch of clowns who like video game. Some of us, for some reason, have microphones in front of our faces. Still. This is the business end of our first map here. Every decision can make or break, and Elige's jiggle costs him his life.
OC's looking better and better though. I was a little worried at that kind of like mid to late, but he's found a bit of form, which I'm quite excited about here. Maybe slightly biased after that last round, even though it was all in vain, even though, you know, obviously
Doesn't make it any less
it
beautiful.
looked pretty.
Doesn't make it
Let
any
me
less
enjoy it. But yeah, the 5v4, I want to see where they take this now. It's the first time in a while I see them taking advantage of the quick trade or a fight back, lose HP, lose loads of utility. It's a clean start.
But Chad, you've taken an early advantage. It's such a bit, you know, this is a crucial round. You've got 5v4. Am I crazy to, woof! Maybe OC's crazy, he's just got him another. I was gonna say group and commit. And they've even got the lurk of Sonic. This seems like it should be Cloud9's 18th if they can control and execute the final stage. Maybe not. 2 very quick frags in equalization from Liquid. It was Twists on one side, Lurk gone. And as you can see on the overlay, they are all encroaching onto Stewie's position. He can fall back, the rotate's coming in.
He's going to be kept back for now. The bomb should go down. They should be safe. I guess a spam or two could have tagged him up, but they do get to post plants. 1 smoke, 1 flash for the Ts. On the other side, 1 smoke for the CT. So the playback in's going to need some of that raw power. And JT summers it before Stewie. Not something I expected, but it is what it is. Twist and Grim going to have to try and play this one back.
Okay, so this is immediately where we start taking stock. We need a smoke, we need a kit. We have both. The responsibility can be either. That's the smoke, and now Grim looks like he'll be given the responsibility of that fight, but does he get prepared for another? JT's won 2 impossible duels. JT has secured it. OC's the one to find the final frag, but he takes down 2 huge scalps in that round for 18.
Yeah, and with that securing double OT for Cloud9 here. So Team Liquid need to respond in turn if they want to keep this one going. Around and round we go. You need 4 in overtime to get across the line. So the magic number for Cloud9 here would be 19.
Ooh, I actually got surprised. I love it. I'm not the only one. I thought I was weird for being shocked when OC blows my head off or another. I mean, in my mind, all the AWPers that are killing me are better than OC.
Okay.
But that's how I feel too.
All right. Well, yeah, the AWP's one of those guns. It shocks to your core.
It does. Very loud. Scary.
Goes bang.
Zoom banger, you might say.
Yeah, you could.
Let's have a little look. You dare go? You wouldn't go back there, right?
believe you.
OC's dominated this. He's really come into his own, which I like to see. It's quite surprising. And obviously Liquid, I mean, the resilience is there. We saw it on kind of regular time. It was definitely in play, but it seems to be somewhat quelled. I'm not going to say it just yet. It's still Liquid, right? Like, that's the thing. There's always going to be that factor of, well, what if just Stewie gets in the right place, right time, and bangs out 3? It's more likely than you'd imagine.
And you can see the smoke walls being deployed by the CTs very early. We just saw a re-smoke monster, smoke towards toilets. What were Liquid's intentions with those smokes? Just to continue to delay them?
Yeah, they actually didn't dump too many protocol nades early. They held off on the majority of their smokes until now. So you can see here they still now have 2 left as the third will be dipped on out. There's a Molotov in Naf's hands. I think they're realizing that the pace from Cloud9 is sitting back and waiting. So if they can hold on to the utility for a little bit longer, this is when it starts to get a little bit squirrely towards the tail end. 45 seconds left on the clock and it will be a B finish. But there's 3 players from Liquid over towards A.
Oh, and the responsive flash could be phenomenal. JT doesn't care. Screen full white, and now Grim, full fright. He's forced to watch. Twists, however, can do something very much. He's done 2. Sonic does get the trade, and OC's close quarters AWPing. Just beheads Stewie. Leaves us in a 3v2, and that bomb should be planted seconds from now. He's burning. Floppy finds security in the smoke.
Oh, not much either. And nade was pretty close. Elysia, Naf to play it back through. I feel like Elysia's really chomping at the bit, but Floppy denies it. And now Naf in a 1v3. He's got 1. The trade comes in, and OC is there. Cloud9 closing down the map. Well, we said there was a chance, but I think it might even catch us off.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like you're chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood. And I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood. And I won't take it no more. I won't be. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Know what I need, I know what I need.
Yeehaw and howdy, we welcome you back to the North American side of ESL 1 Cologne. It's Cloud9 and Liquid, no stunner. I gave you my best yeehaw. He is still on the quarantine cam, taking over the Instagram. A small poem by Alex Machine Gun.
I think it's ye howdy.
Yee howdy?
Yeah, you gotta
Howdy,
really
y'all.
make it as American as humanly possible.
I'll be honest, I do see the merits of y'all. Have you ever looked into the
I
merits
use
of
y'all.
It's
I
very
can't
flexible.
say it as a British person.
No, that's true. You're
Does
so
sound
eloquent
horrible.
and precise in your manner of
Y'all.
No, okay, no, you're ruining
We're
it.
not-
You all.
We're not proper.
No?
I'm British as
Well,
well.
that's the closest to proper.
I have a passport just
Yeah.
like you, Lauren.
That
I'm
doesn't-
not saying.
Don't think at any point she was like, I'm British, look at my passport.
That's not the defining quality that I go for, but
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Hang on, we've all calmed down. We can talk about Stewie.
All right.
Welcome back. We apologise for Chad's negligence, but we do have Stewie, quite the
Yeah, too
opposite.
often.
80 ADR. The first kill percentages and death percentages looking a little suspicious, so we'll ignore them. But outside of that, truly a fantastic turnaround. He had a slow start. They had a slow start. They were 1-7, Chad.
Yeah, Stewie was the reason in that first half they were actually able to get things going. He was poking and prodding around, but then he had this 4K right here, which really restarted the Liquid campaign in that first half. Twist then popped on off in the following round with a 4K of his own, and then Stewie continued that good work into the second half. Now, things were looking very good for Liquid. Once they had leveled things back up, we were getting to the 11-11s, the 12-12s. But then that aggression coming out from Cloud9, look, it was difficult to deal with, but I think we need to dip back to the start of the game because Cloud9 looked fantastic when we kicked it off. That was a 10-1 scoreline, right? We need to make sure we drive that home. And I think the assertive play that they were going with, just how aggressive they were, they knew exactly the ideas they wanted to go with, and all the kills were falling in their favor. Floppy was a part of that.
He was.
Floppy definitely cooled off the longer the game went, but he was a key factor probably within those first 10 rounds of getting a big haul of frags on the board. And look, Cloud9 taking up a scalp here probably means we go to 3 maps.
yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think 3's on the horizon. I think the next one is going to be Liquids, but maybe Cloud9 can still pull something through, right? It's not a bad map necessarily for Cloud9, but it's certainly not in the realm of where it sits with Liquid.
Do we have to, I guess we do have to sing the praises of OC. You were saying you're excited to see him, and as the game progressed, OC was the closing factor, right? He's really struggled with opening kills. He was 0-5, and now he's been able to turn that around. He was actually finding a lot of kills towards that tail and getting the jiggle peeking shots onto that of Elige, and he was a factor as to why they were able to close this. So that AWP, it rang true. He got himself towards the top of the scoreboard, and it was the Cloud9 that we were expecting on Overpass.
And just
at least.
picking up everything you just put down and, you know, mashing it together into one sentence, it is also a good sign that Cloud9 did have a 10-1 lead,
Yeah.
then proceeded to be tested by a world #1 at times, and then stabilize, win it in overtime. I mean, it's their map pick. They were tested, they had the success initially, and that's a good sign of the mental coming into map 2.
I do really want to stress, though, that was the most impressive map I think we've seen from Cloud9. Overpass is their kingdom. It's what kind of characterizes their playstyle that people look at. And they're not bad elsewhere, but this was always going to be the pinnacle. And it did still go to OT, but that lead they had for a while is, I think, a lot of why we're getting excited by them here. But as said, the map pool that we were given kind of did open up that opportunity that if there is ever a world where they cause a little upset, a little bit of pressure, they have the chance.
Just one last little stat line here before we wrap this one up, I suppose, is OC in that game had 26 AWP kills out of his 31 total frags. So he was really getting it done with the big green. And look, there's not too many ride or die AWPers left these days. There's a lot of hybrids you would have seen from Liquid. NAF picking it up occasionally, rarely using it on that T side. So when you have an AWP like OC who can get that done, a name that probably, a year ago we weren't even familiar with whatsoever, it's great stuff here. Online Counter-Strike is really giving us some new names to sink our teeth into.
A great point, and we get to see more of it. This isn't the end, of course. Cloud9 Liquid continues, so all of you that feel like you're enjoying the show, have no fear, because it's Vertigo next.
Hey everybody, welcome to the DHL CSGO quiz. I've got the question for you, you bring the answer. You do hopefully bring the answer, because there's €1,000 worth of stuff up for the grabs for you if you win, and there's going to be daily raffles for you if you just enter. It's that simple, !DHL, drop in the chat, then put A, B, C or D behind it, and you're in. The question is, who was MVP of Intel Extreme Masters in Katowice in 2020? Now, was it A, Device, was it B, Magisk, C, Simple, or was it actually D, Saivu?
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors, and bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
If you want to know what you're good at, and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
But I can't act
it's easy, it's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low,
Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Ooh, every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose. Just faster than you. Look into my eyes. I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades. Like a medicine, it keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose. Just faster than you. Faster than you. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose. Just faster than you. I tell you the truth.
ESL 1 Cologne Online is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, and GG Bet.
We asked you during the break for your DHL drop, who on earth was the MVP at IEM Katowice 2020? If you said Simple, you were right. There was no Zaiwu in that final. It was Mr. Simple, one in the name, one in the game, all of that stuff. But we do have Chad Birchall, we do have Lauren Pansy Scott. I don't know why I've skipped Sponge, but you know,
That's
I feel
all
like
right.
you're skipping Sponge.
When I
Moving
first came in, I was like, "Don't call me Sponge." And then people were like, "Well, everyone knows you're a Sponge, so why wouldn't you want to be that?" And I was like, "Well, because I came up with that as a 14-year-old kid, and it's ridiculous."
Maybe it's time to change your Twitter to just Chad.
Well,
Good luck
I
getting
have the
Chad.
handle. I've got all the handles. I've got it all official. Wait, never mind. We don't have to talk about this nonsense. Let's talk about Vertigo.
Yeah, let's do it, because it sounds like we're getting straight into it. Map 2, if you have just joined us, you've missed a barn burner of a first map. It was Overpass. It is Vertigo. It's time to see Liquid's map pick. Newest addition to the map pool, refined from Valve over the course of these last few months. And now we've got ourselves the finished version, charging up long, or rather up ramp, or 5 of Liquid. And for the Cloud9 boys to receive, I'm seeing JT on the jiggle. He'll be throwing out a couple of flashbangs to slow them down. And that sandbag molly, surely enough of a queue to start rotating over. And they have. They've got 4 CTs ready to receive if they commit to A here.
Ooh. These retake smokes they're setting up already? Surely not.
Oh, yes, they are, Chad. This is calculated. They're going to walk in and then be locked out. Smoke's arriving and the retake begins. This is going to be chaos, and it already is.
Yeah, it's a 3v3, but they could have done with keeping JT alive there. But the bomb is loose, so maybe OC can still find a bit more. But the pressure from NAF up short is unrelenting. And again, bomb left.
It kind of worked. They got the bomb loose and then sent the T's packing. Of course, you have to win these duels. OC's still alive. How is OC not dead? Okay, now he's gone. Sonic forced into a clutch. He needs a clean one on a Liege, and he's not found it. And so Liquid, they will prevail. But my goodness, a lot more sketchy than they may have anticipated.
Whew, that was a dicey one right there. I'm just looking back to see where those two smokes landed, and they're interesting from Cloud9. They were trying to get control of that shore area, and look, it worked at causing chaos, but look, it's such a strange approach. It's an all-in. It didn't feel like it was using the USPs to their advantage, but I guess if you're going to sit behind that smoke wall, you can't really get too much done regardless. So we will see the guns come on out. Liquid here opting for mainly rifles, the UMP in the hands of Nafs, and Galil's an AK-47 in the mix. Now, this scout from OC, if you can find those tags, we know it can be deadly. Deagle's in the throw as well, and the force spike from Cloud9 has smokes behind it, so that's going to be good for either retakes or delaying some of these key choke points. But Liquid, they're not wasting any time. They want to push up quite quickly, make sure that they can garner the control over towards A, and that will allow them to set up and posture for an execute. But these positions that Cloud9 are staying in right now, I would call this in limbo. They can drop back still if they feel the threat too much, or push forward if they want to find Team Liquid with their pants down.
Well, that molly's nice. Instantly extinguished, but quickly, as it began, Elige denies OC. Bobby's there with the Deagle, but...
Just said lol out loud, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I did want to talk away from that. I'm looking at JT and I'm looking at, is it Motum on the site? He was kind of sat,
yeah, he is,
you know, face down. So these two are the fun ones to me. If they can make anything, you know, a little bit cheeky happen, it's on those two, right?
Yeah, and they can just have Floppy as a form of bait, right? I can't believe he hit that shot to begin with. It was tagged down to 35 through the wall and then just hit that one dig. This is looking promising. JT, he's got two options. He does manage to get one, and now Motum can find another. They are making this so damn awkward, and it's down to a 1v1 again. Okay, it's 2-0, but Liquid, they've been rattled. It was a 2. They had 2 alive in the first, 1 alive in the second.
And this is where the questions come in for Cloud9. Now, look, you would most likely just go for the eco here, but as an in-game leader, and you can see those rounds being so close, like, oh, but we could force, we could limp on in. We know that their buy is not going to be fantastic either, and we can really take the fight to them. But if you lose that, then the first half slowly starts to trickle out of your control. So they will play the conservative style. Now, not my favorite style.
Yeah, certainly when we have the beauty and the hindsight of a casting desk, we would kill to see them chomp at the bit for the third round buy, but makes a lot of sense, calculated. Cloud9 not ones to take uncalculated flair.
Now, Liquid with Grim, they played this map twice. They're currently undefeated on it. They won it both times. That was just in the DreamHack summer event not that long ago. And Cloud9 have been playing it recently as well. They were playing in some qualifier. I think it was Fun Spark Ulti or something along those lines was the name of it. And they had an interesting CT side. It's Floppy and OC over towards the A-bomb side defending. JT normally over towards middle. And then Modern plays like Float. He either helps Sonic over towards B, helps towards the middle, or heads over towards A. So it's a bit more flexible, the CT side of Cloud9. This is very interesting here. I think they're going to go off of JT's flashes from the elevator room when the smokes and Molotovs do land.
This could be cool, especially because the smokes thrown out by Liquid may actually aid them in finding one isolated jewel.
Who flashed up here? It's done enough to get them maybe... Oh, it's a massacre. It's a straight up murder. And yeah, I mean, the flash was in, but what does it matter, right?
Yeah, you can even see JT's flash assists on all of Stewie's kills. Like, they came out. I saw an interesting discussion, actually. It was from, I believe it was Smooya, trying to explain just the intricacies of comms. And he was saying that you're wondering why people say, I believe it was Boom. But
oh, like Big do it?
Yeah,
I know Bobby was like a massive thing, right?
Exactly, but it was just, you know, to avoid flash assists on your teammates like that.
But also there's the kind of next point of I know they do it, especially on overpass with some of their flashes, you're going to ensure the T side's more blind than you are. You're still going to get a little bit flashed, but you're not going to be fully white, hopefully.
Yeah, and the assists are typically going to be lingering and giving credit. OC credit due to him. First weapon round, and we're already straight into first blood territory. 90 seconds still on the clock, and Elige forced to watch as the 4 teammates look to recover. A very powerful setup they've got there with Floppy and OC at 2 different levels of elevation. Turning that corner, you are going to be pooped.
I did see the molly there before, though, so I'm wondering if that's going to be another factor. Here it comes, and there's the peek on it. That time OC's so aware. That duo, so well done.
That was lovely. I love the fact that they had the plan in motion. Had there been a Molotov, it was always going to be JT's responsibility. Floppy holds him safe. It's cool. It's real cool. Now, they've extended their advantage. Everything pointing towards Cloud9 collecting their first here, but by no means over. Up the ramp, sound cues are plenty from Grim. He's making no secret of his presence on ramp, nor Stewie. He's pulling the pin on that flashbang. Could be the smoke, it is. Gonna try and get him. I can't believe JT's back up there, Lauren.
He got away with it before. Good for one. Surely they check on it. They don't. He gets away with one, can't convert on the second. But while that happens, Stewie found Floppy, so they've already got a really good start in this.
Yeah, I have a feeling Liquid can make some more out of this. Motum can't touch him. Sentry's way too late. So is the nade. Why throw it? Now the after plan. Numbers disadvantage doesn't feel so scary. That's a great Molotov to slow them down and actually block off short completely. Twister's already found the first hunt. And there's more where that came from. Motum's burning so damn low, but good shot from OC. Full blind, doesn't matter, needs another. And it's Stewie who remains vigilant. He stands still in the face of a sniper and takes the headshot. That's 4-0. It looked like Cloud9's locked in round.
That Stewie moment right there is a fight or flight moment because you know it's against an AWPer and he just knew he wanted to take the fight there. If he's tried to dip away or, you know, does half measures, he'll probably get picked on off and that round could fall away from them very quickly. Now, just to note, to kick this one off here for Cloud9, that kill that came in from OC to start things off, it looks like, and especially that maneuver we were talking about over there towards with Floppy and OC at the short position, looks like they've studied the tendencies. They've looked at what Liquid have done recently, and they're ready for those maneuvers with a couple of their own.
Well, JT's not going to be providing any of his signature goodness on short this time around. He's been taken down right out of the gate by Grim. Very much rinse and repeat. You know A is the default site on Vertigo. Sonic patient on his hold. It's Twist that's trying to keep him contained, or he was. Still holding the flank, the rest of his squad working their way up. Naf happy to be working on the MAC-10. He knows there's going to be an unarmored opponent, so they'll be sending him in first, farm up that cash and get that info. Look at the lineup they've got. That's their wall of smokes, and Naf has already pocketed 600.
Oh, just making bank, isn't he, really? OC still kicking around, but Naf's already up on the site, basically, at this point. So if OC can do damage, that's great, but he's feeling unlikely. Nice utility usage to allow the bomb to get towards the site. It goes down, and now Elige already cleans up OC. They've got this one pretty much wrapped up, and as you highlighted earlier, Sonic wasn't particularly active in holding the site either. He was watching the other side of things, so it's just Motum left alive, and anything's a bonus, I guess, at this point, but you're not going to get much out of it.
Yeah, I mean, in a dream world, it's an AK he can hear there. It's actually Naf who's hunting him down.
Oh,
good shot from Motum. Gonna get him, take away all of that from Naf, but not only that, trying to preserve what little he has, trying to keep him close to the site. That's enough from him. That's still too hot for his liking. Ooh, I love it.
Hops.
Lovely hops. It's something, but it is converted by Liquid. We have a bit of a shoe on the other foot situation, and I'm glad that they've called the timeout now instead of us sitting there at 9-0 asking how many timeouts they've got.
Now, this is the reason, or at least the one that I'd be taking a timeout, is to discuss here on the... Is he falling asleep there on the right? You right, Matt?
He's taken the whole side of his PC as well.
All right, so look, if you're... If you're taking the timeout right now as Cloud9, as I mentioned before, Floppy and OC are the main two A defenders. JT normally goes towards middle, but on the previous gun run, he actually stacked over towards the A bomb site, so they had 3 individuals. That meant they left middle completely open because Motum played over towards B to lock things down with Sonic. So now the question becomes, Liquid have gone A every single round. Do they want to just go A again? And if so, that means the gamble, or at least the call from JT, needs to be one that's bolstering the defense. There will be a gap somewhere else. So Liquid have the choice as well. Do we keep going A? Do we put more pressure mid? Do we wait and see what their defense is? There are all these mind games right here that come on through, and well, it looks like the standard spread. 3 with the bomb heading over towards that forklift room. Twist holding over towards B. Actually, so it's Naf.
That T-smoke is so popular now. You can see the effectiveness of it. It completely nullifies any aggressive move to get info on the scaff peak. Very, very powerful, and they're getting it out fast now. Liquid have refined that in the player break. Floppy's forced out. They've got so much fantastic utility to regain control and take these fights. The spray, he's holding down Mouse 1, but it's all good for Cloud9. Perhaps not anymore. Stewie in the flames stands, and he manages to equalize. That's phenomenal from their leader.
That was massive, honestly. Sonic with a nice little hold, though. He hasn't been called to action too much, but the first time he does, he succeeds on it. That's going to be a pretty good tick in the box, but there's still Stewie and Naf, so I'm not going to write him off just yet, as Stewie can just seem to make things happen, and he's going to try and head towards where Sonic was last seen, so maybe hunting down the devil you know rather than the one you don't. So for now,
Am I reading that right? Stewie hasn't died yet?
Yeah, Stewie's 200 ADR.
13 and 0. Bloody hell. All right, so Mr. 2K with 13K so far. Smokes off the elevator side. Oh, the timing from Sonic was fantastic. Oh. Nearly catching Stewie. Smooth moves to evade. Now all onto the man. Can he ace clutch? He's been having a fantastic game. Looks like his first death's on the way.
Well, we'll see if he truly is immortal at this point. They're all flying in, and there we go. 1 too many, maybe 3 too many. I don't know, but Stewie put up a wonderful performance thus far. Finally shut down, but they had to throw everything at him to stop him.
I definitely saw a Cloud9 branded kitchen sink flying through the air. But that is the first, perhaps the first of many. A very competitive first map sets the scene for our second. Cloud9 took it, and so that nuke third map decider, whether or not it will be seen is entirely up to this Cloud9 roster. Smoke for ramp.
Yeah, mid's open at the start of these rounds. It's wild.
But this has been the case across multiple Vertigo games. It's the occasional presence from the tees, and the sprays are hurting.
Floppy. It makes you feel even worse when he's called Floppy, doesn't it? It's like your childhood teddy bear has just been, or rabbit maybe.
Don't speak ill of Alexander Bear.
He sits next to our television, Lauren, and he's protected by 2 knives.
He's holding the karambit.
And a skateboard.
And a skateboard.
Grown men, by the way.
Yeah, well, we're 3 dudes. 2 of us are in our 30s. Another one quickly approaching, and we live together. What do you expect?
Teddy bears and knives. Standard assortment of living room apparel.
Of course.
Some people would say we're living the dream, Lauren. I'm not convinced.
I'm not so sold. And speaking of not so sold, it looks like Cloud9 have been sold, not necessarily a fake, but they've certainly fallen away from the ramp for now. And we'll see if Liquid continues to kind of work their way up here. Still, he's not quiet about what he's up to, and I wouldn't blame him when he seems almost untouchable in the way he's been approaching the game thus far. But they're yet to make that final piece towards the site, and considering how far back Cloud9 are, they're not going to be able to stop much initially. The smokes come in, the molly goes up, but there's no initial fight.
Yeah, Sonic, an unenviable position when his sight hasn't been hit 6 rounds in a row. And hang on, they're going for the mid-round aggression. He's trying to retake short, but it's going to be ripped from them by Twist with some phenomenal work. Gets his third, Grim can plant, Sonic's on the B play, rotate. That nade though, that's Grim. It's not. Just a little too shy. Could have taken him down. He had 15 health. It only does 4 damage. Insufficient and unlikely for Sonic. Not as clean as he'd have liked. Avoids the flash and looks like he'll have to get out of dodge. The round's not his, and that M4, the Incendiary, the Kevlar, the kit, it's all too prized of a possession to be letting it go for pursuit of nothing but glory.
Well, I don't know what Cloud9 think this move is meant to achieve. I like it because the A-bomb site can become very, very scrambly. And actually, I want to dive on in here. I want to show you guys what they're trying to achieve with this smoke. So as we load up Skybox here, you'll see the 2 T-smokes. They're lovely colored orange, and the CT smoke lands. Then the flash comes, and they try and funnel through to do exactly that, take short control. Because if you can get control of this, you could push around and now really clamp down on the Ts, who would be stuck between a rock and a hard place of the CTs. That's a terrible arrow, Chad. You got to go back to drawing. But yeah, that's the idea. It's just not landing as we expect. So creative, but it's not working so far.
What they tried on the pistol order.
Indeed.
There's another
There's the German.
German sneak out of my brain.
Entschuldigung.
Entschuldigung, mein Deutsch ist nicht gut.
Yeah.
That's the Chad Burchell
the English.
Ein bisschen, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Stacked up on ramp. I like it. Sonic's going to flash him in for the swing after the smoke does dissipate. Alicia's already established on Scaff. If they can time this with Floppy's peak, I've got a good feeling here. There should be at least one. Smoke's fading. Here comes the flash. Big energy all over the ramp, and oh, good grief. Goodbye. Cloud9 evaporate. And they're not even the Liquid.
Oh, it's a stretch. Sonic was the one with the rifle. Tried to make something out of it. Didn't have any go of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Counter-Strike fans all around the world, I'm going to give you a B-Stream update. If you don't want to hear it, I'm going to count to 5 to take your headset off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. EG have taken down Triumph 2-0. That means they are set up to play the winner of this game right here. And you can put your headset back on now. I don't know how you meant to hear me, but you might join us at some point soon.
I can't believe you have to do that now because some people get salty about that.
Wait, that wasn't a joke?
No, that's not a joke.
I have to do it because some people get mad because they want to watch the game later. And I don't want to ruin it for people, so I'm happy to play along. It's okay.
Yeah.
Same reason I don't spoil the Jurassic Park ending from about 20 years ago.
8 kills Dumbledore and all that.
Alexander.
I want to see more from Cloud9 if I'm honest here. I mean, this is always meant to be like Liquid's pick. It's substantially better for them, but I want to see a bit of a fight on this 3-man swing. Goodbye, OC. Look at this shutdown. This is nuts. This is just powerful play from the T side. Liquid looking lavish in the way they're approaching this.
Yeah, I mean, like, let me take you on a little trip through OC's comms there. He is responsible for ramp. He says, nothing ramp, yep, nothing ramp, nothing ramp, 4 ramp. They all swing on the queue, and I don't even know if there's anything you can do. Both on B at this point. It's Motum and Sonic. I don't know if Sonic's really had a chance to contribute this entire half. They've just been barraging them. He has to respond to the B lurk. And Twist's still there and about to catch him. Nice work. I can't believe he actually got the end of him. Motum holding his ground and doing well to survive. He's got 3 kills, making it costly. But Liquid, I don't think they're complaining about cost at this point. They've got plenty of dollary dues in the bank account. And Motum just looking to preserve the AK-47.
Alex, what's the saying about alchemy? Something about equal exchange or something like that? You got it? Do you remember it?
Yeah, alchemy is the theory of equivalent exchange.
Okay, so in Counter-Strike, I suppose if we want to try and relate that to like holding a line, so the equivalent exchange of taking back that territory was the flashes to allow Liquid to swing. The flashes didn't, I was watching it back on Skybox, the flashes didn't even land, but what it did was force the players off of holding those positions, and as they swing back in, exactly like you're saying, you blink and you miss it, they're all in your face. So I don't know if that has anything to do with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that we've been watching, but are there any other nerds out there? Let us know.
Man, what a show.
Watch Haikyuu. That one's a good one.
Good old Alphonse.
Oh, Alphonse.
He was the cutest character.
Don't spoil that. I haven't watched the end yet.
I'm not saying
I've got
anything.
10
You mentioned a character's name, Chad. Cool your jets.
Calm down.
No, I was just saying tentatively,
down.
just in case.
Why are you the person on my Twitter going, don't ruin it? It's been out for like 10 years, don't ruin it.
Don't make me tweet at you right now. I will.
Thoroughly enjoyed Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So any recommendations, throw them at my Twitter, because I'm slowly advancing my Weeaboo CV.
All right, this saved AK and Modem here. It has to be the hero of this round. Cloud9 need to start getting a few more on the board here. Now, we have been speaking about Vertigo leaning towards a T-sided map, but
8-1 lead?
yeah, well, we had similar scenes over there on Old May Overpass, so they can quickly turn the tides on this one. We see the boost coming on over the top. Now, Liquid love a good wallbang. They're going to clear this out when the smoke clears. I think that if Modem gets anything done, that'll be fantastic news, but it seems highly unlikely. And, oh, for once, hold up a second. Liquid thinking the better of going towards A.
Wait, Sonic is going to get very excited. I think it might be his first. Oh, he's only got a Deagle, and he's already gone aggressive. He's been doing this an awful lot. It is going to be flashed. It is going to be Molotoved. Yikes. This is tough. Can't do much with that one. Sonic, he's been waiting 9 rounds for them to come to his site, and the one time he does, he's the only one without armor. Unfortunate to see, the stack on A will not get much action now as the bomb is on its way towards B. Grim's playing a nice little aimbot sesh on ramp, but it is a nice frag converted, and another from Floppy. Perhaps some damage to be done. They beeline it to B appropriately. And 2 recovered AKs with armor. I mean, that's a tantalizing prospect in itself.
Truly. Side's going to be somewhat under wraps. Where's Naff in all this? There he is.
Little
Hanging out.
gremlin.
Yeah, absolute gremlin spot. We're going to get checked on, but to what degree, I think we find the answer. Floppy's down, and it's just OC left, and AK's about as useful as a chocolate teapot, at least in this round.
Yeah, and even going forward, right, the loss bonus that's already mounted on up, holding on to these AKs. Look, an AK is better than M4A4, that's for sure. And I guess it's going to help you further down the track here. But in the realms of putting rounds on the board, it doesn't get them any closer. And I don't see where the buffer is going to start coming from. Liquid feel like they're in control of this one right here. There's only been a few tight-ish rounds. Otherwise, it's been relatively clean. I'll just bring up my round timeline here to have a little bit of a look-see. Yeah, there's only been 2 rounds here for Liquid where they've only had 1 player survive.
It would be very cool if post-player break / new with Grim, like Liquid, have Vertigo as their home map.
Be interesting.
Like, we haven't seen a top team with Vertigo as their #1.
Yeah, and some of the reasons for that is because the slower to adapt squads, the stubborn squads out there, the ones who don't pick up the new maps, that means that they couldn't always use their home map. That's why it can be a little bit risky. But look, I love Vertigo, and I would love to see it get played more and more. Maybe with a bit more diversity on the bomb sites that we're hitting. You know, mid and B, they do definitely have merit, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, undefeated so far and on track to continue that spree, albeit short-lived. 3 games with this one included. And a great nade. So chip damage inflicted into the Jason Moses O'Toole squad.
Is that the new name?
Well, when I'm using chip damage, I'll give it.
You have to. You have to give it a little nod.
Sure.
Oh, that's great.
It's the first bit of utility fight back we've seen from Cloud9, kind of re-aggressing towards ramp.
Full smoke.
The timing's going to be everything. He's caught a leash, but he needs to maybe stay alive. He needs some help too. Oh. Floppy is just popping off right now. 2 big pickups have made this finally look somewhat possible. It's been a disaster for them until this point, but there's still Twist. There's still Stewie. I'm not even daring to take this away from Cloud9 yet.
Yeah, my goodness. Credit to JT's eyes for being able to hold a line that tight. Just on towards short. Twist and Sonic having the consistent standoff you often find here at B. Trying to play around his smoke, but it's all about the A finish. JT spotted and found, but he wins his duel. AKVM4, it's not always easy. And Floppy's hard work is being converted by his teammates.
I want to see how much from Twist gets. The time's obviously of the essence. 20 seconds really isn't a great
It's
deal.
on its way.
Yeah, it's with Stewie, and it is en route, but no one's here to stop this. Stewie can get a plant out of this one, so
He's got a smoke, he can lock him out.
this is very, very feasible, but it will be a 2v4 and Stewie's going to be low. Sonic dares to go in first and now brings it to a 2v3. Bomb's now planted. Post plants can be adorned, and now this is going to be a little bit rough playing back in. We do have even the AWP play as well for OC.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult for the retake for sure. He can just sit back and post up on gens once he gets that space from his teammates. The question now remains is what can Stewie do with just 30 HP? It seems plenty. Taking a risk as he mantles for the higher line of sight on the head. Smoke's deployed. Great shot from Twist. It's a one-on-one. Motum running out of time. He does have the kit, but the play from Twist, he's rotting the clock. He doesn't even have to fire a bullet to win this one. Nicely done.
Stuff. That was
N1.
2v4.
That should never happen. Never, 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 never. I wanted to highlight how fantastic that move was that they had within the mid-round there. They gave away air ramp control. We saw the Molotov come through. You keep hearing me talking about you need to re-aggress. You need to take back territory. Information, very important. They did it better than the way I've seen most teams go about it. Unfortunately, they lose the round. They drop the ball. They give away an entire bomb site for free. Yes.
This is actually going to be a perfect chapter to add to my Sonic's having a real nightmare storyline, because not only did he spend 10 rounds waiting at B and then having to retake A and getting bodied, he's also now lost a 2v4 because he eventually, in a 2v4, started to rotate off his site. That's like, he has had a mare.
Yeah, and Twist even juked him into that with the smoke, right? Because of the where he threw the smoke next to the Jenny, he's actually thought that they're peeling into the site late. So he said, well, if I can stop one, if I can just get a 1v1 duel here, if I can slow them down a little bit. But Twist is already up close and personal. So a masterclass from him in that round right there. And look, Team Liquid 10-1. I feel like this scoreline, shoe on the other foot, all that jazz from the previous map. Things are getting away from Cloud9 here, and they need to turn it around. OC's AWP could be where this one starts off. Aggression, addicting? Not addicting.
Additional?
Dictating.
Dictating.
The play. Necessary. Let's go.
All right, OC, show me something here. Show us a way to stop this, because I feel like, yes, we saw on Overpass a very dramatic scoreline, favorable, of course, to Cloud9, but it felt like there was fight back from Liquid. We saw the win conditions come through, but we've seen so little answer from Cloud9 here, so it's got to start now, but Stewie's going for a walk. He's going for a wonder, and he's not alone.
A challenge for the observers in the next round is, can you just try and catch the person that throws the T-smoke at the top of ramp that's obscuring that scaff cross? Because I want to know how easy that is to throw, because not every team is throwing it, and it seems, and I imagine, is a rather simple and effective way to take some control. And they're doing it again! Straight into the site, they're all there, multiple targets, and Stewie's just laughing it off! He can even get the bomb down here! Man advantage, and through the box, he misses the second though. OC, he actually connected. 50 caliber round to Stewie's ankle.
This post plant, it's so good. They're taking fights.
Flash is all they can do.
That's it. That's they've got 2 flashes, and that's all they've got. Sonic and OC Sonic tries to peer up, clears short, doesn't see anyone, but it's Naf on patrol. Gonna find OC, and now this is looking all wrapped up. Oh, dearie me. They had 4 players right there, and they just power through them. The flashes were spot on. Everything is there right now.
Now, I've got it for you here, Alex. Don't worry about the observer. I'm not sure Jakey can hear us at home. Now, watch this. You're going to see them coming through the bridge area. It's the first player. He's going to be dropping the smoke. Look at him go. Their little bodies. And then I'll even flip the camera around. You can see it lands halfway up the ramp and does exactly what you're saying, obscuring the vision so they can creep up behind it and deny the CT's early information.
Thank you, Chad Burchill.
Chuddy B.
There it is again.
That's what I wanted to see, and it is so effective. I mean, I don't know why everyone's not throwing it every round, unless, of course, going for that slow walk-up does nullify all of those CT moves with a molly in short. You can advance. Now, round 13, and Cloud9 with a measly 1 round to show for it. Posting up now with just their Deagles and Kev, preparing for their 14th and hopefully a 15th with weapons as well. Oh, they like these bait spots. And this can work wonderfully, but my problem is that Floppy and OC, no one's looking. So is JT the one that calls this? Why can they just get shot in the back? What? Nice stuff from the Deagles, but it's not going to convert into anything particularly substantial, but keeping it level at least. Armors and Deagles have put us in a 2v2.
And Sonic's still a little bit of a way away. Bear in mind, he's been posted up a little bit irrelevant to this match, it feels. JT was tucked up before, but Sonic's going to do well. Takes the head off of Alicia, now Twist in the 1v2. He's large and in charge. He's feeling it. He's on top of the box, and you can see as to why. He might just be on top of the world if he takes down JT too. 12-1 would be a commanding scoreline. Nice readjust from JT there, though.
He doesn't need to move. Oh, Twist reveals the position. JT just has to put 1 bullet between the eyes, and he does it. Cloud9 with just Kevlar vests and some Desert Eagles convert, and I thought that Liquid had done enough. They come round, get double kill to open it up. That was technically a 3v5 with Desert Eagles exclusively.
Yeah, that's not one of the rounds you want to be losing if you're Team Liquid and you're pulling up a haul like this, but they still have a lot of money in the back pocket. They'll be able to buy for the next 2 rounds, and if they can grab this one away from Cloud9 here, they should be potentially netting themselves, well, 13 rounds on the board. But this shot from JT, good stuff from the in-game leader over there. Only 6 kills to his name, but a very important one to grab. And it's just the same again. Hold up. Where was that? JT went aggressive B.
Oh, no, that's the B. Like, that's actually a huge frag. We haven't seen that happen once so far in this half. Twist going down early. He's supposed to hold the flank. He's the one that sits ramp. He's the one that holds the B push.
There's no one A for Cloud9.
That's a strange change-up.
They must be playing for a retake scenario. Look at this. They're creeping back in. You can't make any noise because the T's can hear all those footsteps above them. So Molotov towards Sandbag, and they can still even get into position. So JT, once again, that was the smoke he used earlier to land on the Sandbag, and then they re-aggressed. But this time round, well, the follow-up's not there. That Molotov would have delayed anything if it was the same as before, but now the stacks come on over. So this is great from Cloud9. They've been very, very mobile.
And that's smoke on the sandbags has multiple uses, doesn't it? I mean, it stops the crane peak. It makes it really awkward for a multitude of different reasons. And you can see the feet of anyone down that ramp as well. Very powerful lineup for Sonic. But into the nitty-gritty.
There we go. Grim so close to getting into this already. Flashes come in, smokes go up, and Cloud9 were playing pretty deep to this. I don't think it's going to be too surprised if we go instantly into those post plants, almost 5v4. Yeah, straight up. No fight back yet. Here come the first couple of mollies. Bit of utility through from the CTs. Naf getting flashed in, though. He's going to take the fight on Floppy. Wow. Oh, no, if you're not going to fight him, he's going to take it straight to you. Naf with the aggression absolutely just threw them through the loop.
I love this lineup from OC. It does catch everyone. Even Deep Sandbags gets flashed. Oh. Now in they go. A perfect flash. The assist is in, and so are the frags. All onto Grim. Newest addition, looking to justify. He's got 2 to find. They're running out of time. The double peak's good. And Cloud9 will secure the 3rd, keeping things competitive at the tail end here of the CT side. Morton with 3, didn't get to catch them in his POV, but it was OC to set them up nicely with that flashbang. It gets short, it catches sandbags. I mean, that is the do-all.
I'm just taking a look back at it. They also had a smoke over towards short, a Molotov towards sandbag, so lots of things that really facilitating that retake, and those are the details that you want to see. If teams are going to play more of a passive style on that site, it's important to have utility usage just like this. And look, it's a little bit late, but if they can get away with 4, all things considered, Cloud9, rock on over, win the pistol, convert, then we can start telling you a story you might believe. But at this point, it's still looking like one-way traffic for Liquid. They convert this one here.
I think it's at least cost a little bit of that confidence from Liquid, but not by much. You can still see the motions being gone through. Leash and Grim taking their time, but so it looks like Floppy's back up towards short. They're not going straight into that, and the nade was sublime. You couldn't ask for much more from that.
Yeah, softens him up. Gonna make that M4 feel a whole lot more like an AK now. One-shot headshot for 3 members of Liquid.
It's an unusual missed bit of utility there from Cloud9. Nobody was home in the scaffolding position anyway, but look, the way they're postured here, the amount of utility left in the back pocket for Team Liquid, it feels like it's just going to be an A set piece. Well, we liked this before. Same setup from Floppy and OC.
Yeah, but every time they do this, they just get pushed out. It's horrible. Ooh, sound cues are plenty. They start their advance. Grim's the first one in, the spearhead of the assault. And with a barbed tip, not this time. Easy to pull out.
Sonic's there. This time the AWP's on the side. He isn't a million miles away. He's right there, leading the fray. 3 for now. Not going to get past Twist, though, without any sort of fight back. Are you kidding me, Twist? Straight towards Floppy and now a 1v3, but 12 HP and almost 12 seconds, no bomb. It looks almost impossible. Yeah,
we got a gamer in Sonic, though. Really, really well-executed shots. He even hit the one onto Twist to leave him in such a dire strait. It is going to be 11-4. Cloud9, they wipe the sleep from their eyes to keep it competitive at least a little bit. We'll be back with the second half of the second map in just a moment.
We're done with playing games, not knowing, yeah. We've nothing to lose. We're lost at the night. We're feeling alright. There's no need to choose. Don't make up your mind.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Feeling alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna do it like this. Gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that. Gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never look back. Oh, got the bodies on tap. Getting rowdy on it. Getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track. Yeah, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, 'cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this. Do it like that. Gonna do it like this, yeah, we never look back. The shots on my tab, everybody's on that, getting cloudy on it. Yeah, we do it like this, 'cause I like it like that, yeah. The motions, the super slow motion. It's time to lose your inhibition, developing a blind ambition. Fire it up, ignite it. I don't wanna fight it no more. I wanna see where this can go. I'm done with playing around, not knowing. Yeah, we've nothing to lose. We're lost at the night. We're feeling alright. My eyes are on you, and yours are on mine. We're feeling just fine. Just let it go. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that, gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never look back. Got the bodies on tap, getting rowdy on it, getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track, yeah, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, 'cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that.
Certainly does look like it's poised for 3. Nuke in the wings, not there yet. Liquid thrown through a loop on the first. An overtime victory for Cloud9 has put us here. However, it's clear Liquid have done their homework on Vertigo. And Cloud9 are going to have to really pull something magical out. And, well, magic starts with utility for Cloud9. They've got buckets of it, Chad.
Yeah, and, well, once again, the train heads over towards the A site. That's where I believe the finish will come on in. Sonic just heading towards B to keep them honest.
It worked. Yeah. He fired one shot. No one showed ramp. They called it clear, and Alicia's already out of A.
Heavy rotations come on in already. You can see the 3 individuals with those nades down the bottom. They're pushing back Grim. Well, that's the biggest task. And the fact that he's jump peeking without the pistol in hand, he's just looking for information. But he's a brave boy. Playing the sandbag position, a Molotov in play from Floppy here. It's going to get hot under the toes any moment, I think.
Yeah, he'd be bang on. There's too much utility not to. He is going to be forced out, and he's trying. He's forced into the fight. They double peek, and Motum opens the account for Cloud9.
Yeah, JT wanted to follow this up, though. You can see the smokes coming in, the nade to go towards the little headshot.
Goodbye.
There it is. Follow up, OC and JT, the combo, the two kind of keen utility users. The smoke wall is up. JT with a freebie. Stewie goes down. A little unfortunate for Stewie, but you got to quell him early.
Yeah, this is great stuff. Just seeing Cloud9 win their way. It was 3 players without Kevlar. It's 3 players with buckets of utility, but look how clean this can be. I say it. I may have spoken too soon. No, Sonic and Floppy ensure that this round is closed out in the same manner it was opened. Great stuff from Cloud9. I love that. They had the full smokes, they Molotov sandbags. The options were so limited. There's double, triple peaks, there's flashbangs. It's all Gucci. Just this from JT. A little touch of luck, but outside of that, a fantastic round from Cloud9, all calculated and coordinated. Force buy coming in from the CTs. We get to see some Deagles, even the 5-7 seeing more action after that player break.
Well, if we just reel our minds back to Overpass and the way that Cloud9 played their Anticos, there's that smoke again for you, Alex. They were very methodical in the Anticos, right? They took their time, they were dancing around, very good with the utility as we've been mentioning throughout, but they didn't rush it, right? It wasn't too clumsy, it wasn't clunky, but this is going to be a big fight. Elige.
Oh, he crouched perfectly under the crosshair of Elige. 1 bullet exchanged, and this time just to the body, so OC lives to fight another day.
Backed away from this a little, and probably right to do so, looking at where Naf's just kind of repositioned towards. They're going to probably get the info that they've peeled away, but they've walked away from the threat at least. The CT's trying to garner any information that they could maybe cipher away from where the T's have vanished off towards. But we can see it, of course, getting right back towards ramp. It's something we're quite accustomed to. And hello, Naf. This could be quite fun.
It certainly could, because Sonic is responsible for the flank, and I see him staring upwards. Naf, of course, unawares, the beauty of hindsight, and yeah, not going to bite.
Oh, unfortunate.
I think the window's been missed here.
Here we are. Never mind. Good for just a moment. Stewie gobbles up the flashbang for a late treat. I'm afraid this does look like nothing for Liquid. That full investment has come up null.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Everyone's trying this same play. Everyone's doing that limp smoke towards the crane and then pushing in and trying to take a fight there. I guess it's isolating duels. I understand the concept, but all in all, it hasn't really netted anybody any big victories in this game so far. And also with that standard take we're seeing on the A bomb side, I liked what we saw from 100 Thieves and Genji last night. Their takes were cleaner, I felt. They were more methodical. This one here has a lot more room for risk, and as things get more chaotic, that's when Naf spamming people through boxes, Alicia's pushing on in, getting multi-kills. So they're not out of the woods just yet, Cloud9. You have to consider with the pistol and the conversions, it should be clean. It should get them up to that 7 rounds, but that's not striking distance for Liquid, who have 11 to their name.
I mean, you said that we haven't seen that big team yet on making Vertigo their home map.
Yeah.
If something gets interesting, we'll come back to it, but I don't know what it looks like, because obviously I've come into the new era of Vertigo, so it's kind of curious. What, as you said, 100 Thieves Gen G, quite interesting on the attack, but have we seen someone better at it, all-encompassing yet, or is this just kind of as we go?
We're seeing different looks from everybody, right? So, for example, I really liked what NIP were doing when they had Threat coming in with the retake smokes. They were playing more passive, meant they could bolster across the rest of the map. There are teams who are like G2 today, example, doing that really fast mid-play. B, you can have some fantastic executes with smokes coming through the skylights.
Astralis do it different.
Yeah, I just think it's like what we talk about with a lot of maps, conditioning certain areas, and A-Ramp is the one that seems to net people the most. So if you can go there, you can set the tone. Then after that, you can go towards your middle, you can go towards your B. look, there's swings and roundabouts with the meta, right? If everybody works out, if they're coming A, we can play 4A early, you play one guy towards B, someone's quickly swinging back towards middle. If they really start to work that out and they want to take a few more gambles, because that's what's necessary for the CT side, and I think a lot of people at home might be upset that you have to go for a player. Remember, Cobble had to play 4 players towards B to stop rushes and 1 player just towards A spotting for info. There's a few more corridors here on a map like Vertigo, but maybe those risks need to come on in if the CTs want to completely deny.
Take me back.
I'm right there with you on the Cobble Brigade.
Cobble Brigade.
Yeah, there's only a few of us. Very nice little pop flash for the guys in middle, but a good response in the form of utility from Stewie. A smoke on towards the connector. They have full access. He's got a nice little lineup to ensure they can take this and maybe even leap over with that Mac 10. This could be powerful. Look at JT. There's nothing they can do. Look how fast he's just holding W. He's not going to get the kill. That could have been the one to open the doors. OC late in middle needs 2. He hasn't found it. Elige neutralizes him. Sonic wide. Does catch the wild spray. It was Motum to connect. Needs another. Can't find it. Motum to trade. He's not ready for Stewie. He's not.
He's known to be in those smokes. He's known to go through those smokes, and he's known to win these rounds. It's good to see. That's still being a little bit of a factor.
Oh, Stewie, no.
He's all right.
Oh, he picked up the Galil. He had it an M4.
Did he? Did he actually? Oh, you don't love to see that.
So now Ellie Giggle gets dropped a Galil instead of an M4A4. Is that an emoticon?
You know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But can we talk about that round? Can we talk about that round? The little pace to it. The little switch up there, Chad, to get you away from a category in which you are not strong in to one you are really strong in.
Switch emoticons.
Yeah. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, look, no, I liked it, but there you see, they didn't win the round and they didn't go A. So that's why people seem to think that this map is basically a single bomb site simulator. But I like the look from Cloud9. They did change the pace. It was just unfortunate it wasn't the 1-1-3 setup that they'd be used to. So the 2 players on the B bomb site was the real thorn in the side. We can get the guns back out yet again, and I think this B lobby control is something that Sonic really wants. If he can win this duel against Quiz here, that's the start they're looking for, and while the timing is against him, he will find the opening frag. But hold up, the cavalry's arrived and Stewie's ready for it.
Yeah, the support was there. Maybe they just felt there was one player. I don't know if they just tried to capitalize on the moment that they thought they had after the loss of Sonic, but it really did kind of fizzle away quite swiftly, and Motum now trying to find a little bit of play towards ramp. But you can see you've got 2 players posted up pretty nicely. You still have Grim, same thing, just jump spotting over by the sandbags, but the new addition would have been a Liege to the side of him. That's a little bit of a different look, but by now we do see the hit coming in.
Oh, what a nade.
And the nade's good. And to add to that, the bomb's not with him.
That's a nice little move from Twister up and over the top. And now with OC, the final man standing here, it doesn't feel like there's too much he can do. Kills, the magic number, you hear me, 3. If he can get 2 more, that's not too bad. 33 seconds left on the clock, so he doesn't need to rush into this one right here. Anyone wants to get a little bit aggressive, push on in, overstep the mark. OC will gladly give them a haircut. And if they don't want to chase him down, he can hold on to the AK-47, take it into the following, and see if they can battle on through for another round.
No one's nearby. They're not giving him the chance to get the potential of a couple more kills. So I think we've hit a bit of a problem here, though, because as I said, it'd be nice if we kind of start the other way around, in my opinion, see how far Cloud9 could push Liquid if they had that T side a little longer. But as we saw such a drastic run of things from Liquid, 13-7 is feeling quite likely to close.
Yeah, it does feel like we're starting to knock on Nuke's door. Am I right? It is Nuke. Am I
You're correct. So, yeah. Yes, you are right. It is Nuke as the third.
Oh, has Twist got Liquid branded bed sheets? I saw a red pillow, blue sheets, white background. That's the full Liquid.
He's really buying into the program there, isn't he?
Going to be seeing the usual exchange of early utility ramp. Grim wants to fight with his flashbang, and there's no one home. Keeping things chill. Cloud9, they've put all of their chips into the center of the table, and it ain't pretty. Plenty of utility. In fact, leaning in favor of utility over any SMGs or anything of that ilk. They want Floppy fully equipped. Sonic's already thrown out a couple of his. Wow, this is very basic. You've got 4 just gathered at ramp and Sonic just behind him. It's Floppy, do excuse me, holding that flank. A re-smoke from Grim. He's got a good read on this.
I don't think they've even seen the look of having a Liege there, really. They've fallen to Grim most of the time, so that's just another layer they're going to have to dismantle, and you can see the eagle with Sonic trying to be put to place, but Elige waiting so patiently. Does he hear anything yet?
Not a single peep from them.
Oh, he's being kept safe by Grim as well. You think about it, it's just enough room to kind of hang themselves with here. JT.
Nice.
Wow, okay, Floppy outdoes Elige. Kind of surprised that went down that way, but it is favorable right now to Cloud9, but Naf is so close by.
And Naf can really completely and totally ruin this for them. Great wallbang from Stewie, just softens up another target. This has got multi-kill written all over it. A very healthy Naf with some very, very low HP enemies. Stewie dunks him. My God, look at that. And then here comes Naf. It smelt like a multi-kill, and it is. Team Liquid just need one more, and he walks straight into the jaw. It is 14, and Nuke even closer to a reality.
Yeah, at this point right here, it is not looking good for Cloud9. They have the loss bonus of 2,900 right here, so you can see that's not enough to even cobble together a buy. If they don't limp on into this with some deagles or maybe some upgraded pistols, that means they're... Oh, there we go. Boom. Gifting away round number 15. So you'd like to see them upgrade a little bit, and there it is. Deagles are plenty. One P250 in the hands of Sonic and a flashbang to work with. So there is some fight. It's not just a Glock eco, but never mind. Stewie's going to mow down 3. That should be 15 on the board very, very quickly.
Why is he so good?
Well, they play a lot, Lauren.
Oh.
That's the key.
Got it.
If you play a lot...
Sorry. It's impressive. It's impressive to see. It's nice seeing them looking quite comfortable in the map. I mean, after Overpass was a little bit kind of tentative, a bit back and forthy, it's nice seeing what Liquid looks like when it works well.
This one here is kind of simmering out though, right? Because we had the excitement of Overpass, and now this one, look, Liquid were in a commanding lead within the first half. Okay, Cloud9, they started the engine here on the second half, but it's been stalled on out. Now, what are we looking at? It is 4 rounds on the trot here for Liquid, 5 to close it out, 16-7. It is looking good. No AWP in the hands of OC this time round. It will just be the 5 AK-47s, and, well, no AWP on the CT side either. So, just a rifler's paradise.
Grim with a spot more aggression than normal. And it couldn't be the better time for it. He's got a flash from his teammate for this? No, just want to tuck in on the close left. I love that. He can be baited in by Elige now, and that's a setup where, oh, going middle could have been the play, but a perfect flash. And now Motum punishing the aggression from Grim. Actually flashed by Elige, doing the dance as well. Motum can chill.
He's going down.
He is. He's walking straight in pursuit, and I'm not sure he's going to be anticipating this from Motum. Oh, it's going to work out so well for them. If they get this frag onto Elige, the A site's going to be wide open, and there's so many. As the smoke fades, Elige, you ballsy boy! Floppy's ready. And we're off to the races. Cloud9 not going to bend the knee just yet.
Oh, yeah, there's still life in them, but waiting around the corner is Naf. He is pretty close by, and as are the rest now. It's not a long rotate for these boys. And they have hit the brakes, and they've peeled away. They're looking elsewhere. T-side keeping them on their toes, so Liquid instantly reacting. Might have been a slight downfall for them.
This is really nice from them. And oh, OC with his back turn. That should be enough of a cue for them to start their rotate, albeit very, very late. They can take so much control for free. Look at them just stampeding over the site, establishing a very strong and ideal post plan. And it puts them into a tight box here for Liquid. Nothing you can really go on. Go for the strafe twist. Give us something ridiculous. Sonic's watching it. Look at the setup. It's flawless, really. JT anti-flash.
They can wait out this smoke, and Stewie has a flash. So if they do want to go for this, there is an opportunity. Even if they just do economical damage at this point, it could be nice. And here's the flash I was talking about. This is everything.
Flash goes in, Naf goes down. Twist is there, though, and Twist is good for...
Oh!
Twist! Just a pure turret. Motum's still alive, but has to buy time. Stewie on the chase. There's no time for it. So well done in the end for Motum for staying alive.
Yeah, that was it. Survival was key, and thank goodness Motum was playing safe because Twist exploited every weakness.
How do you dismantle that? You had anti-flash and a little crossfire.
Let me see that again.
Like, watch this.
This second frag, he knows it's coming, but he adjusts and then returns to find it. That's just a gamer. You want to see what a gamer looks like? That's it. He knows. He knows.
Oh dear. All right. Well, that made it a little bit more exciting here, but still, Team Liquid, one more round. That's all they need.
Oh.
Lil's out on the board now for Cloud9, so you can see, even though they're able to win that one man surviving of Motum, it's not enough to get the AK-47s out. They've had to make some omissions going into this one. The M4's out for Liquid, and this time Naf will be going into that AWP, so let's see if he can find any success.
I'm excited by the prospect of Naf on that. It's always quite interesting, but Stewie's the one under pressure for now, so a little bit of action towards middle, forced away from it. But the T's aren't exactly peeling away for long, but it is causing a little bit of a shuffle here for the CTs.
I really like the way Stewie's been approaching middle. He doesn't give them the fight. He knows his Molotovs and smokes are galore. He's never going to actually get to fight on that. But using a flashbang to deter and delay, and now they're going to triple peek if they want the info. Flash and swing, nobody's home. This is looking very regimented from Liquid. It's a good sign of things to come. Naf to be tested. You said you want some AWP action on Naf. Well, here it comes, Lauren. Looking for the first. He's the jiggle. And not going to connect.
Wow.
A little unlucky on that one.
Amazed that didn't land anymore. I don't think that was actually the damage that went to Morton, but it looks like
I
it.
think
But
it was.
everyone's here now. So up on short, Naf is pretty committed to this.
Yeah, I don't know how he gets out of this. He's just going to have to fight his way out, I suppose. Well, that's the first, and quickly it's a leash to fill the feed. Just as they come up ramp, through the smoke no less, he finds two. Flashed, smoked, doesn't matter. Those new kill feed icons helping us get the context. OC on the pursuit of a double, and just like that, we're back to a 2v2. Sonic's got his knife out. What are you up to? OC got a very hard 1v2. They know exactly where he is. They'll be anticipating a short rotate, and Grim above the smoke should be the one-way, should be the game. We're off to nuke, ladies and gentlemen. It is a solid performance and taking stock. 25 for Stewie. I swear, he must be leading. He was at the top of the scoreboard of Overpass as well. It's good to see him become what he's so capable of, and the series will conclude on nuke.